Hey, welcome back. We're live. Time for update time. What happened?
All
Everybody's
right.
here.
So last time we were here, we let's do a quick update. The three of them decided to continue on and go for they heard about the rumor of the wolves as big as horses out of Dugan's Hole, that these wolves were taking townsfolk whenever not at a certain amount of time, not every so often, they just were disappearing. And so the group that went out there and hunted down these wolves didn't take long for them to find them. They found the wolves, and the wolves tried to entice them. One wolf pretended to be injured, and that was quickly.
He was a really bad
It,
actor.
it was a really bad actor, and so the townsfolk said that two of the children were still missing. So the wolves took off, and the group followed the wolves, tracked them to what was a lair of the Verbigs. The Verbigs, is that no? I lied. That was the wrong one. No, that's the right one. To the Verbig lair, and inside this lair, they decided to skirt the main entrance, and instead they went up a back alley type river, and they actually, like every other time we play this game, they seem to go straight to the end quest, and that's usually the first fight. And they fought a bear. They fought not just one Verbig. They ended up fighting two Verbigs. They what was there? What did you get out of this?
Fought a mammoth.
Briar fought a mammoth. Nope, the mammoth wasn't at the Verbig lair, but it was okay.
Oh no, that was the giant.
That was a giant. So what? Sorry, nobody can hear you because you're on mute.
Is that where I got the cloak thing?
Ah, yes, you got a cloak of protection +1.
Yep.
And so when you finished searching out this Verbig lair, you found the honey mead from Goodmead, and you in turn decided to return this mead to Goodmead, and then turn back, into Dugan's to Goodmead to Goodmead, and at the same time, I think it wasn't it Bacon picked up a pair of boots of the Winterland or Hinterland.
That was for bringing back the kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
that was the other quest.
That was the other
wasn't the
quest.
mead.
Okay. So we've got the mead done, and we've got Dugan's Hole done.
So
And
yeah,
now you guys.
Goodmead
So
was
then you
the
decide.
Vergen lair. Then we went south,
Okay.
ran into the wolves. They led us out to the giant's lair. We fought a mammoth. We found a tomb.
Yes.
In one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
We rescued the kid, the two kids, brought them back to town after we killed the mammoth. Then the town told us that the giant was the nicest person in the world, and his mammoth was the nicest in the world, so they didn't understand why he had to die, and we told them that it wasn't us, that the wolves were. So then we went out and tried to coax the wolves back into finding us, and then take them out. We were only able to take one out before the other one ran away, because it found out we were too smart for them. And he's like, I'm not sticking around, and he bolted. So there's still one more wolf out there, but we haven't been able to find him. And that's where we ended on our way back to Goodmead.
But you did collect a whole bunch of goats that you decided to give to the Eddies. There it is, Verbig lair. Okay.
They were hungry looking.
Yeah, that was the Goodmead set. That wasn't the giant area, though.
I know, but the poor goats never had a chance.
But they did, sort of, to become a meal.
That's right. All right,
it's only
so
been
you guys
2 weeks. Man, we don't forget and remember everything. It all just blurs together.
It does. So, last thing we remember, you guys were leaving, if I remember correctly, Dugan's Hole or Goodmead, heading northeast. Which one was it?
We were headed towards Goodmead.
Heading towards Goodmead, and the last thing that... Yes, Finnick?
I thought you just said we left Goodmead because we just finished something at Goodmead and left it.
That's what I thought.
Well, we left Goodmead, we went back, tried to get the wolves, and we were going back.
Okay. We went to Goodmead first. We did the quest for the mead, found the items, found the mead, brought it back to there. Then we headed south towards Dugan's Hole, ran into the wolves on the way. They led us out to the giant's lair before we got to town. We fought the mammoth. We saved the kids, brought them back to town. Found out that the wolves misled us, quote unquote, in the way that they were saying that the giant was taking them when the wolves were leading them there to keep their prey caged because they wouldn't leave with a mammoth there, and they had already killed the giant or something else had killed the giant. The wolves' eyes glowed blue, so we knew there was something wrong with them. Plus, they talk to you. So then, when we brought the kid back, that's where Tom got his boots. So now he's all warm and cuddly without any shirts on. And then at that point, we decided to go back out of town to try to get the wolves, acting like we were peasants just on our way out. We disguised ourselves. Wolves approached us again. We fought them this time right away.
Gotcha.
One of them ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Then we ended that with going back to Dugan's Hold. Turned it in, told them that we fought the wolves, but one got away, so to keep an eye out. And then we were headed out towards Goodmead, and that's when we rolled the encounter and we ended the last session.
And that's why Bacon takes notes.
It all comes back to me. It just takes me a minute to remember.
It's okay. All right. So, the last we found our 3 adventurers. So the question is, does our Finnick and Corwin, did you teleport Corwin, or are you still with them?
So, it would have been after the first return to Goodmead from skirting the Yetis.
Yes.
So that night after
that was when we woke up
the group
and
headed out.
he disappeared. Yep.
Okay,
exactly. Yes.
Gotcha. So the question is, when you port back in, you are porting where Finnick would be, and Finnick, you are supposedly following a trail of. Hey, did you see where that group, the group that, what are we called again?
The right people.
The right people. Did you see the right people come through town? And they're like, yeah, they went that way. So the question is, where do you go to find the right people, and are you dragging Corwin in tow?
Be right back.
Well, if Corwin appears, yes, I guess. But if we're heading that direction, you tell me where I'm at, because I have no idea where I'm at.
You were in Bremen the last time. You were fishing again.
Okay,
so you know that the group went to Targos, and they were heading to Bryn Shindar. That's where the whole thing. That was after they left you.
And you did know that we were ultimately heading to Dugan's Hole.
Right. So you could follow the road, and as you pass people, have you seen the best group ever? Whatever.
We're gonna run this. We're
the
gonna
right
run
people?
some wolves and die.
And they did say they left messages at every inn that they stayed in, which are the normal inns.
That was like, what, a week ago?
Yeah. So the inn folk would, if you stop by the inns, would tell you the truth, of course, because you are a very trusted group and they love having you anyway.
Especially in Goodmead.
Especially in Goodmead, yeah, they love you. Not as much as Dugan's Hole. So what do you want to do? Do you want them to come past you, or do you want to run into them?
Well, if I gotta come from Bremen, and they're off somewhere beyond Targos.
Yep.
And it could be anywhere, depending on if they got lost or not.
I just don't know when you left. If you had left 2-3 days ago, you could be anywhere around East Haven or heading towards.
You tell me when I left, because you're telling me it's like, because I asked, is it like a week or something? You're like, yeah, it's about a week. And I'm like, okay, so it's about a week.
Yeah, so you would have spent, if you do it slowly, you would have probably spent the week tracking them from town to town to town.
And you're trying to say leave a note in every inn.
Correct.
I thought you were trying to say, like, today is when I'm going to go leave now.
No.
Did all their stuff.
That's up to you. How long did you stay fishing?
Exactly. So, so you know what your time frame is, and within, you know that it takes. You can get from Bremen to Targos in 4 or 5 hours. You can get from Targos to Bryn Shindar in 5-6 hours. You can get from Bryn Shindar all the way to East Haven if you take a long trip. You know that. But when you got to Targos, the note was went to Bryn Shindar. When you got to Bryn Shindar, went to East Haven. When you got to East Haven, went to Goodmead. So where did you trip over this post-it note, this instant message that was given to you?
That's a long ass trip.
It is. That's why I say you have about a week of catch up to get to them. So technically, in 7 days, you could have already been in Dugan's Hole and been like, "Yeah, I'm here."
But you said this was about a week ago since I've last seen them, right?
Correct.
And I have a week to catch up. I probably would have left right away if I wasn't leaving right away anyway with them.
Okay.
So I probably waited a few days. So I'm probably good 4 days behind them.
Correct. So they would have made it to Dugan's Hole, and this whole thing that they've been doing is the last couple days.
And I have to
Oh,
travel slower because I have to make sure I'm not gonna be outwardly like running into dangers if I can prevent myself.
okay.
So I'll be probably moving slower than they were moving too.
Okay.
But I would I guess make my way, but I would take if there's any packages or whatever to bring with me, I'd take them with me to drop them off as I go.
Okay. So let's see. So
I don't think
you're.
I'll catch up in a week.
Oh yeah, you could have easily packed something to carry with you
Yeah.
to drop off at the next town or towns, whatever the case may be. Let's see. What do we want to do? We want these guys.
Be peddling your fine pickled fish.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I gotta find what I'm looking for here. And that's not what I wanted. I'm trying to fix the encounter that Bacon rolled. Alright, we can do that. Let me get over here, get to encounters.
Okay, I think I have it fixed. Sorry, outlay was a little wackoed.
That's what I wanted, that's what I needed. Alrighty. So we're gonna get a map that we know and love. Why? Just cause. A, B, C, D. Copy. Do something different. Okay. So now I gotta fix this because somebody said I can count now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,
Somebody said you
11,
could
12,
count.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I gotta count the
Your
squares on
shoes
the
off.
map. Trying to fix what Bacon taught me to fix. I need to get rid of the. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get rid of this background.
I only can count to 10, then I lose track.
I know.
10
Every time
fingers.
Yep, every time you talk, I have no idea what I'm counting. 1, 2.
I'm proud of you can count that high.
I know. So it doesn't matter. I can't figure this out because I can't see the thing that you gave. So we're just gonna go with that, and it's gonna be off again because this takes forever. It's not exactly on there. Why is it not working? La 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 la. Yeah. That's what happens when you hit the wrong button. Suddenly, the game's not there anymore. So if I change this to that. That's what I need. Thank you very much. Let's zoom out. Okay, so it said I can move this by doing this. It's not going to be on either, so sucks to be me. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Had to roll a big number, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
got to start, 2 weeks break. You got to start off with something
Go big or
exciting.
go home. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Oh, you're supposed to get a dragon turtle in the fight.
2 of them.
2 of them, one each side of him, and he's in there in a ravine. With inward sloping cliffs
Oh, and I can do this now because
and a force ceiling.
we talked about it. We said we could do this. I'm going to do it. This, go to here, go to here, here. Save settings. And I got everybody here now. Oh my gosh, everybody's here. I gotta give everybody their dynamic lighting now. You don't have night vision, but it was bright light 20, low light 20 for your token for his for light, correct?
Right.
Howler?
But if
Okay.
if it's outside, you were gonna set it to like 200, the dim light.
Okay, and so what about what? I'm getting everybody in. Okay, that was unfortunately I can't see who's who. Who's this? Tails. This is Finnick. Finnick, you can see at night, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You have
sir.
60. You got 60 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
And we want to do that. We want to do that. We want to do that. And that's everything. Save. Howler's blind. Briar's blind. Except for Howler has his stuff on. Yeah, I had that set. Low light and bright light.
Lies.
I had it set. It didn't save it.
Lies.
Fortunately, this map isn't as big as. And Bacon, you're full night vision. Save.
Yep.
And Corwin, you have full night vision.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. We gotta actually get Corwin. It would be good. We want him to play tonight. Well, apparently somebody doesn't want him to play tonight. Alright, so you're coming up from over here.
Screen is black.
I know it is. It's supposed to be. Cancel. I did not ask for that. That's what I needed. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Cancel. We are set now. I need that, and I need that to go here. And you guys should be brought into. Okay. Drag you guys into here now. All right. You guys should see what you see. What do you see?
We see out to our vision range, and
Okay.
nothing beyond.
Sounds about right. So that's actually working so far. So you guys you're taking the road to the northeast. This has a little dip to the south just
I
because
can
no
see out
road
to my
goes.
vision range. Sweet.
You should be able to. And what does this intrepid?
I have my hand on somebody in front of me because I can't see anything.
You can't see anything. Let me put it back up.
Corwin can't see anything either.
Okay, so
my
I'm on
whole map is black. So
Howler Vision.
I'm not gonna tell you what you got your hand on.
Okay,
Howler was emitting light.
right.
there we
I
go.
had that.
Now I got a aura.
Okay, and
Your hand is still on that small item that you had it on.
You should have night vision at 60. So tell me if that works for you, Corwin. When I click you, it shows me you have light.
Yep. Now I'm good.
You guys are like dancing on top of each other. Okay. All right. What do you do? So it looks like
I'm
Corwin
not
says, "Forget it. I'm walking forward."
Well, you said we rolled for an encounter, but we're obviously not seeing anything or hearing
No.
anything, right?
Not
So they
currently
caught
yet.
up to
Correct.
us? Okay. I
So
still
I
missed
don't-
that whole catch-up part.
I don't think there would be anything that we would do except continue to move forward if we're not aware of anything.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's something up front.
And you hear what sounds like a bubbly language of
Is it
but you don't
primordial?
but you don't understand. It's not primordial. You don't
Okay.
understand what they're saying.
You said bubbly, so
Shut
I'm
And,
up,
assuming.
nuts.
and as soon as I guess Briar gets to about that point, you see like we suddenly and suddenly Finnick goes invisible.
Yeah. Well,
It's not
we're all
quite
going to try to
visible.
get quiet. I'm going
All right.
to attempt.
All right, why don't you roll some initiatives so that we can see who's doing what?
That's my stealth. Whoa! Look at that disadvantage stealth. Sweet.
I have to do some of this magic over here.
Corwin, don't forget you're exhausted since you have the war wand.
But did
This
he
would be at
attune it?
disadvantage because it is an ability check for initiative.
Did you attune it?
I would have assumed I had to figure out
Okay.
what it is. Can I
Okay.
unattune it?
No.
Nope, where it's cursed. We're both unable to get rid of it.
Ah. Well, great. I have an attuned item that I don't even really need.
Yep.
Is there a reason why we haven't gone back yet to fix that?
Haven't
Oh,
gone back
well,
to
we-
fix what? We don't know what to fix. We just know that I always have nightmares and I wake up tired. That's all that's happening to me.
Take the item that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I forget you're not an arcane caster.
Basically,
And I'm
he's
not
correct.
smart.
You wake up every night. You have nightmares. You don't have dreams.
Sure.
To the point where you wake up exhausted.
So is it every night we take another level of exhaustion, or how's
No.
that
No,
work?
we just stay at one because you
You stay at
recover a
one.
level and you gain a level technically every time you take a long rest.
Got it.
Correct.
And Briar believes it's that skeleton head that y'all retrieved out of that.
If we ever
cave.
gain another level, we're never going to get rid of 2. It would stay at 2. And, yeah.
Sure.
So,
So
I've
then,
always voted to, we're not going to push it. We're just going to take our day and sleep.
Okay, so Bacon, you obviously go first. And Corwin has 4 disadvantages now.
So, and the sound came from up ahead.
It came from straight ahead,
All right.
or
then
straight south,
will-
straight along the road, straight to
Yeah,
your south
so
or east.
I move forward. I'm gonna move forward 50
And
feet.
and I will say it triggers in your head, Bacon.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking it sounded like an ice method. Oh, the cursed ice methods. And I'm
Is that
gonna
what they are?
cast an Eldritch Blast at it.
And this strange one
Where
has
is
an
it?
arrow in it. Just joking. Nice.
This is how much I. Oh yeah, there we go.
So as he throws out the
Ooh.
Eldritch Blast, does it light anything up? Do I know where it is?
You see it go into the darkness. I mean, you see the line it takes.
So the Eldritch Blast doesn't stay lit up once it goes out of my vision range to extend my vision range?
Sure,
That's what I'm
but it
asking, if the
immediately-
Eldritch
like,
Blast is a light
you-
source
you-
of some sort or not.
It's a light source that disappears when it impacts. Does that make sense? You see where it impacts and then disappears.
So
Is
where
it-
did
is
it
it-
impact? Because that's what I'd like to know.
But can I?
Out there?
Is it daytime so
Okay.
that it's
I don't see
twilight?
anything. That's why I'm wondering.
Okay. It is you guys would have left. It's probably late afternoon now because you spent the day doing the wolf hunt and all of that.
So if it's just twilight, like we should still be able, like you should still be able to see it. It's just disadvantage on perception checks at that distance.
Okay, and I
It
have
wouldn't
to put
it wouldn't be pure darkness.
and I don't.
Well,
know how to
wherever
add
it is,
that.
it's not visible to me yet. But that's why I
Right.
wanted to know where the line of your spell went.
Yes,
I would know which way to
here.
travel till I see it. So that's
Correct.
why I wanted to know where it went. It's not
And
that
you
I'm
saw it
trying to find
impact
it
here.
now. I just okay. So beyond the tree that I see, because that's as far as I can see right now.
Yeah, just on the other side.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and use a bonus action to give Bardic Inspiration to Briar and continue to run up to there. And that's my turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna make sure. So you do that, and let's see what happens next. As you come that way, 10, let's see these 20, 25. You suddenly see to your left another one screaming towards you.
What's it sound like?
I hate you. You killed my friend. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, come get some. Yeah,
Finnick.
you shard of broken ice.
This is the one I was screaming or
Yep.
yelling.
But this is where the original blah, 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 you heard from, and now this one you hear blah, 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 coming that way. So there's two different blah 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 blahs.
What do I do? I'm gonna go ahead and
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do?
I'm gonna step over here and I am going to throw. I'm gonna pull out a dagger and two, one in each hand, and just throw them at him. At this one, because he
Okay.
made the blah 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 sound the most and
Oh,
loudest.
he made the blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta figure out how this all works again, because it's been a while.
You press buttons.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have advantage, so it just does 8 points. I have to roll the hit.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. And a 12 hits.
12
Nice.
hits.
12 hit.
Okay, 9 points of psychic, and then I do a bonus attack. I forget that I actually get the bonus on it, and I throw another one of those little psychic blades at him for an additional 7 points.
7 more. Okay.
And is this a cliff?
That is to your left.
Yeah.
To your north. Yes, that's a 10-foot hike. Cliffy rise.
And that's double movement, right? To go up a cliff.
Yes.
I'm gonna climb up to the top. Use that last bit of movement as I scamper to the top.
You scampered.
Sure. Yes.
Nice scampering.
Emperor.
All right.
Scamp.
So. Okay.
Oh,
Well, there's music.
dude, this bard has some go, man.
Yeah, because ice methods very dangerous.
Briar.
This is so
Can't
space
hear you,
area.
Steve.
I can see it pretty plain and clear.
You see this one here, and you probably don't see this one yet, but you know the Eldritch Blast flew through the air and went zap. Right over there, you saw the impact-ish bright glow, and then it just got dark again.
This one I'm going to shoot at with my longbow, and hopefully will hit.
That's a no.
Yep. And to finish up my movement, I'm moving up to there.
Okay. Howler.
Keep
Move
it
up
standing you.
20 feet. And had our full sleep, right? have spells. Yay. Do either of them? Which one's been hit? The one on the left, or both?
This one. This one got hit in the dark, and this one just got hit by a dagger.
Good
You,
idea.
you saw the
I
Eldritch Blast
saw-
impact here.
Yeah, so I would know that they both hit. Okay, then I will go after this one because that's where I saw the first one.
Yep.
And I
Okay.
will cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
So I need a Wisdom save.
Okay, let me see something here. Wisdom save. Boop. Boop. Boop.
So
19.
saves takes no damage.
Okay. And do you have any more movement, or that's your movement?
I'm staying behind the front lines, so that's the
Okay.
end of my turn.
Corwin.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and cast
Are you climbing up the wall?
Lightning Lure at this
Okay.
thing. It needs to
Mhm.
make a strength saving throw.
It does not.
So it gets dragged towards me.
Okay.
10 feet. And then takes 1d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
So 3 lightning damage.
It's looking pretty ragged right now.
Mhm.
Let's see what
Do
you
not
say.
see health bars. Just so you know.
I
if you
know.
want us to.
I know. I copied it, so all of their health bars are attached.
That's fine.
So
I
it's
was
like
just
they're
letting
all
you know
alive,
in
and now they're.
case
I
you
know
wanted
because I
to
was.
show it. So if you don't,
I know.
you
I
just
would.
say, "Yep,
I
we're
have
good."
no.
Okay.
I have to figure out how to unattach them.
Well, otherwise, just
Cool.
put a symbol on him. Like right click and put a symbol on him when he becomes half health, and then we'll know. You don't have to have a health bar up on it at all.
So
Okay. How about
this
this?
is the point where I yell out, "Don't group up, lads! They've got a nasty breath weapon."
Okay. So that guy's yellow. That work for you? This guy's
Sure.
also yellow.
And I look
so yeah.
around and be like, "Oh, too late."
So we've got it's this guy. So 5, 15, 20. Yes, they are flying. And he's going to, yep, he's going to shoot down towards these two. He's not going to get bacon. And he's going to, you need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, what can he? I see for these man if they don't want to eat bacon. You think of anything,
Right.
they'd be going after the bacon.
So
bacon's too good for them.
Briar and Howler need to roll a dexterity save, 10 or better.
They wouldn't know what to do with the crispy, greasy
Need to get-
goodness of it.
I need to get some bacon.
Howler, no problem.
Is exhaustion level 1 on my saves? No, right? That was only on
No.
ability things.
Abilities, yes.
So you guys each take 1 point of icy damage, icy cold. I don't know, do you? You have cold resistance, so
I
you
have
take
cold
half
resistance,
of one.
so I
to,
take none.
do you still have to take a minimum of at least one? I don't, I'm asking.
If it's only 1 damage and I take half damage, it rounds down. So no, I would take no damage.
Then, okay, then you both take no damage because your defense is cold also. Alright. So then that's his turn. Boop.
We just say,
Eh.
ooh, little chilly, nothing bad.
Hold on, I'm trying to, where's my button? There it is. Okay, I just opened you up, stop it. You see another Mythic come from the north, from behind the bushes over here, and you see him come up here. You didn't see him where he originally came around the corner from. And he's,
So he's
10
on
feet.
top of the ledge.
Correct. So he's going to blow straight down on Corwin. He's not going to get bacon because 15 feet, he's got the 10-foot drop. So I'm using that as 10 feet plus the 5 feet to Corwin. Does that math work?
Yep.
So Corwin, give me a dexterity save.
Sure
I mean,
thing.
I'd rather you not. Just cause. Okay.
Should be
it's-
yeah.
So
me a
why
second.
did you have disadvantage and Paolo didn't?
Give me a second.
Either way, it's
I have to flip mine away from disadvantage or advantage based on what we're rolling. That's why I wanted to make sure when I rolled mine it was not disadvantage.
Yep.
And it's only on
either one
ability
is.
checks,
If
so-
either one's gonna fail, then don't worry about it.
No, the 7 would have failed. That's the first one. So 6 unless you're resistant.
You resistant
me
to
know.
cold at all?
Nope.
So 6, and then it is now Bacon's turn.
Give me a second. I do have absorb elements though, which does
Okay.
make me resistant. So
To
I'm gonna
all?
cast that as a reaction,
That's a reaction, and I'm guessing it's to
Yep.
cold.
and I will become resistant to cold for the next turn.
Okay, so
Nice.
you take
Take 3.
half of the half.
Half of that.
Yep,
Yep.
3. We good?
Well, he failed, so he takes all 6, but then half because of the
Half of
resistance
it.
now.
Exactly.
Right, so 3.
So not half of half, just half.
Not half of half, just 3 damage. Yep.
3.
Exactly.
Got it.
3 damage. Yep.
Bacon.
How high in the air is the one right in front of me?
This one is down. He's floating in the 5 to 10. He's 5 to 10 feet up. He's not on the ground. He was flying high enough to go above the bushes.
Okay.
So he's
I'm going
probably
to-
almost at the crest of the hill.
Yep. I'm gonna move just like skirt a little around to the side of them.
Yep.
And swing and no, actually. Oh no, that doesn't work. They're not right next to each other. All right. So I'm going to.
They're not next to each other, but they are almost at an angle straight towards each other because
Yeah.
one's at the 10 feet and one's halfway between
Nah,
the 5
they
and 10.
need to be next to each other. Booming
Okay.
blade, and
Okay.
then attack with my battle axe. Ooh,
No.
I assume that doesn't hit. All right. I will use my bonus action to give bardic inspiration to Corwin.
Aaron, lots of feedback from yours. Let's go. It's there. Okay, so no attack, no hit, no booming blade. What it's
done.
just staticky coming through. That's all. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
That's it.
And then it's this guy. He's going to return the favor to you, Bacon. So the guy directly above you is going to swing down towards you. He's going to. I'm going to say that sounds better, and then boom, it's going to happen again. Does a 19 hit you?
It would if I wasn't casting shield.
Okay.
So, no, it doesn't.
Sounds good. So he is done then. Yes. And it's now Finnick.
Since Corwin's under attack, I'm gonna go attack this one again. Same one I attacked before,
All right.
because
Just cause.
just cause.
Gotcha.
But the one
It's a
one
grab.
straight above you, or on your level on top of the cliff, is the one that attacked Corwin.
Oh, this one did.
He
Yeah.
did the breath down on
Yep.
Corwin.
That's
this
the one
one
that
did
attacked. If you wanted to know.
Yeah. Lower one's been Bacon.
Okay, then yeah, I'll attack this one. I did the wrong thing again. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Then he will take 11 points of damage. And I use my bonus action, and I'll throw another one too.
Okay.
For
Um,
5 points. Oh no, I missed.
You got-
That's a.
I was gonna say, did you hit?
I actually.
I don't know if those are
no,
damage or if those are.
I hit the wrong thing to hit.
That's fine. So do the to hit. It's all good. I'm like, is that the hit or the hit? Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that
hits.
does.
But it's not crit because. Oh, it is
Gotcha.
crit.
It
It is
is
crit.
an it
Crit.
is a
It's
crit.
not on a sneak attack.
Right. So
So 8 points of damage.
we're gonna do this. He's looking really bad.
And I will take my turn to I'm just gonna move up 5 feet. That's it.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Thought about
so
sliding down, but
Alright, so
I gotta change my thing because I have the weird detailed display on. I think you guys don't.
I don't know how to change that either way, so. I
Briar,
thought it depended on how you rolled it. If it was through.
nobody can hear you?
I'm moving down there after hearing what Bacon said, so I don't group up, and then I'm gonna hit this guy with my long sword.
You say that, and you do.
For 10 points of damage.
And he is currently at that point now.
And I am gonna take my action surge just for the heck of it, and do a second swing. Does 7 hit?
No. Do you move anymore, or are you done?
Nope, I'm done.
Howler.
Since I'm better at range stuff, I will move back 5 feet and I will shoot at the one on top of the cliff with my crossbow.
Okay. And you thwap him? Yes, you do.
16 to hit for 7 points
Alright.
damage.
Alright. Oh. Anything else? More movement? Less movement?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
Corwin, you
Ready, you know, if I need to do a reaction. That's all I'm
before
looking
before you do anything, Corwin, you see an explosion. Technically, he is 10 feet up at you. How tall are you?
Probably somewhere around 5'10".
Okay, so technically, because we're going up 10 and over 5, you do not fall. You see this large, white burst appear above you.
Okay.
And it gently snows all over you.
Got it.
You got mephite remains on you.
You got mephited. It's your turn.
Okay. I will take out my sword and swing at that mephit in front of me.
Okay.
I just yell out, "Sorry for the remains all over you."
You hit him.
4 points of piercing, and then he actually also will take 1d6 of cold.
And he is immune to cold, so.
Alright, so he doesn't take any of that.
Well, he takes the piercing.
Yeah, just the piercing.
Gotcha. So let's go to here. And we'll give him one of these guys now. La 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 la. Okay. And it is now his payback a bitch. Also, Briar's gonna get a little. Oh wait, we gotta roll this first to see if he gets it back. Oh, we'll roll one of these. Nope, didn't get it back. Okay. So he's just going to swing at you. Does a 23 hit, natural crit?
Yep. Unfortunately.
Alright, so this is going to be 2d4 plus 1. So 2d4. We'll do this. So a total of 6 points of damage. And you are resistant to cold?
Yes.
So you take half of 2, so 1. You take a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay.
But it was a claw attack. So he's going to swing down, get within 5 feet, do the slash, and then he notices you with a longsword, so he's going to probably go up to about 12 feet, 15 feet, so he's out of sword range.
Actually,
And-
as
and if-
his reaction, or as
He is moving out of your space. That's just a regular attack.
so that means
Never mind.
That should mean I can do if he's moving outside my space. I can do it.
Opportunity of attack. That's all you do is swing your sword. You don't have to click anything but an attack.
22
You
to
hit. Okay.
5.
So then you need to roll a saving throw, DC 10, because he was trying to leave your space. So just a saving throw. What's your bonus? Well, it doesn't matter. You save it. So you're taking. You are resistant, so you're still taking 0, and you get a nice big snowball of explosion around you. Okay. That one's dead. Go ahead, Bacon. You're still static bombing, Aaron. I don't know why. I mean, I'm
Okay.
not the only one that can hear that, right?
I can now.
Yeah, there's the staticky feedback.
There we go. Taking a swipe with the battle axe, and I miss again. And I'm just moving directly behind him, and that's my turn.
Okay. Now this guy is going to
Seems
so
to be
nicely.
gone, Aaron.
He's going to swing at Bacon because Bacon keeps trying to hit him. Little claw attack. Does a 21 hit you?
Not with shield, it doesn't.
Okay. So he's really irritated. He's going to sit there. He's going to come down. He had to come down next to you to swing, so he's going to stay there because he saw what happened to his friend. And Finnick. Can't hear you if you're trying to talk.
I apologize. I really don't want anybody to get hurt, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of my little purple blades.
At said Ice Smith it.
Yeah.
Come down one more. Come down one more south if you want to see down on the ice. There you go.
There you
That
go.
way you're along the wall.
Yep. I get that, and I totally understand.
Unless
Yeah, I
you
will.
You can hit Corwin if you want.
No. I will hit the ice guy
Yeah.
for
don't
19
worry.
points of damage.
Yeah, that would have almost killed him outright. Yep. He then. I need DC 10s from Corwin and Bacon. Dexterity.
Now, do I see the two guys south of me?
Yeah, they're there if you look. So Bacon, you fail. Corwin makes it. Corwin takes half. If you're immune, you're resistant.
Not anymore. It only lasts 1 round.
Okay, so then you take half of that, so you take 4. Bacon, you are resistant, and you failed, so you take full. Then you also take 4, right?
Right.
That
Yep.
sound right? Okay.
Yep.
I finished
it
my
was-
movement up.
Rounded down, so it'd be 3, not 4.
Yeah, always round down.
I did. Half of 9 is 4.5. Half of that's lower down is 4.
I thought the death burst was 7 damage. There is what that roll was. Right
We haven't
above
done that
theirs.
one yet.
Oh,
Oh.
those how you're. I was looking at the 9 from Bacon. My bad. You are right. It's 3.
Yeah,
I was
they each
using
took 3.
Bacon's roll as his attack as the damage. I was like,
No,
it
that's
looks
why I
good.
was
Okay,
checking. So.
that works.
So if we can see that, because you can see that within range,
You can see both of those across the way.
I will. I moved over where I moved to, and I will, since that's within 60 feet, I will go ahead and use my bonus action to throw an arrow dagger at him.
Okay.
That is my max range. Apparently, I can't seem to roll
Apparently,
the actual
you can't
dice.
zero your attack. Exactly. You're just going for the damage. That will hit if you'd like to damage it.
7 points. As it mine burns a little bit.
Gotcha.
Those dice are really weird, though.
Okay, the Smith it. All right, so this guy's going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this guy's apparently going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to take he's going to do the best he can. He's going to ice breath you. Give me a DC 10 over there.
Okay.
Dexterity.
So you want me to do dexterity saving throw?
Yep. You got it. And
Nice.
so you're
Good
gonna take you're also resistant, correct?
Yes, resistant cold Goliath.
So
I will
you're
ward
gonna
that.
take 8, half,
4.
and half. So you take 2.
I can work with that.
And now it is Briar's turn.
All right.
So this Miffit is he's at swing level, so he's 5 feet. This guy's still probably at the 10 feet above you, so he's 5 further feet above you from where you're at.
And this one just moved.
They both just
Okay.
ended their turn right in front of you, or
Okay.
one in front of you and one off to your
At
left.
the one that ended this one's action right here, it
Mhm.
did not hit me. I am gonna use. Okay, my creature I can see ends its turn within 33 or 30 feet of me. I can use a reaction to force the creature to make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 12 or better.
Okay.
And it makes it so.
Well, you did say you can force it to make the throw, or better.
And you did say that, correct. So you did make him get it.
Yeah, I did try to do a stone.
No, you made him do it. You made
Yeah.
him get a
You made
14.
it roll
You
12 or
said,
better.
you did. Good job.
That's true. So, since this one, I'm gonna move around and swing at this one
Go ahead.
since it attacked me.
Totally understand. Mono e mono.
23 should definitely.
Yeah,
hit
that hits him.
for 9 damage.
Okay. And Howler. Couple of snowball heaps here and here and here.
Everywhere.
What are you saying? I should go run through snowball heaps?
I was thinking you pick them up and throw snowballs. Because you may end up picking up his snowballs.
That might be healing them when I don't want to heal them.
That's true.
Don't chunk yellow snowballs.
That's don't eat yellow snowballs.
Oh, okay. I got that one wrong.
What if they're brown?
Yes, they're
They've been
tasty.
around way too long. They're just chocolate colored.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna shoot that one with the crossbow again. So that's all I got right now. That's decent.
The closer one or the further one?
The one by
Briar. Okay.
Briar, yep.
For 3?
So 21 to hit for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And I will currently stay where I'm at. Actually, no. Bonus action. Healing word to Finnick since he looks like he took some damage.
I'm not
Finnick
damaged.
is
Or
perfectly
not
healthy.
Finnick, sorry, Corwin.
Yeah, Corin, thank you.
So 6 points of health to Corwin.
Oh, delightful.
And Corwin, who suddenly gets a rise out of things, decides to do what?
This Mafeet down here, 10 feet up, 5 feet up, what?
This is he's ground level 5 feet. This one is 10 feet up.
Alright. I will go ahead and cast Lightning Lure on this one.
Okay. And that is a
Strength saving throw.
strength. Okay. That's the kind of night it's going to be.
Alright. That's it.
This turn order just
And-
keeps getting longer.
That one's dead. I'm just not getting rid of. I learned a lesson not to get rid of the old ones.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Bacon.
Not when they're
All right.
linked, nope.
I'm gonna run back across the path to 15 feet.
With
And
your
attack.
extended battle axe, he is 10 feet up, so you have the length with the battle axe.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably what, 4.5 feet. How tall are you?
It's a good.
And a battle axe
question.
is, I think, 4 feet long.
I'm
I thought
4'4".
he was 4.
I'm a pretty
Yeah.
big dwarf.
You
So
could do
4
it because I know you're going to be jumping to swing.
Yeah, I'd have to jump up at least 1.5 feet, but I'll do that.
You're going to do the Avengers.
Right. Yep. The leap
Poser.
swing.
Poser.
All right. And as usual with the booming blade.
Gotcha.
And I'm still missing. Yeah, I did that. I just couldn't quite leap high
Change your
enough.
dice. Just change your dice.
Even with these shoes on, it's really tough to jump in the.
Yeah, you're learning.
snow.
You're working in the shoes. Gotcha.
That's right.
Finnick, what are you doing?
Do you need a box? Bacon.
Ah, shut
That says
shut
the
your trap, elf. I'm
says
doing
the elf
fine.
to the dwarf.
Typical dwarf. I will go ahead and throw one at him.
High one, low one. I didn't see.
This one. This one.
Okay, low one. Got it. That does hit.
That does hit.
Yeah.
He takes 14.
Okay, so why do we have him here again?
Who?
You. I think you've killed them all so far.
No.
Almost.
He killed him.
Killed one.
Oh yeah, one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so that one's dead. That one falls, and he explodes. So Briar, you roll your DC 10 to see how much of that you take.
Oh yeah.
He was ground level, so oh well, don't worry about it. You take half the half, so 7, 3, 1. And dude, that one's
There, I missed. This one.
Oh, okay. Did you actually attack this time? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, so you missed one. Woohoo!
And I moved a little bit.
Gotcha. So this Miffit is apparently going to help Bacon by going down to his level, and does a 11 hit.
No.
All right, so he just growls at you.
He doesn't try flying away.
He learned his lesson from his friends. Briar, what do you want to do?
Yep. I haven't learned my lesson, so I'm gonna run over here.
Okay,
And this way he's boxed in both sides, and I should be able to reach
that's
him.
half boxed.
Well, yeah. He's catching it from front and behind, so. And I should be able to reach him, right?
He's at ground level, so if you can't reach that, there's trouble.
For 6 damage.
Got it? Howler?
I will shoot that one. We don't see or hear anything else, right?
They do not hear or see anything else. And this last ice Miffit has a was it an arrow or was it an axe chop into the chest that saved? What's his name? How was an arrow?
9 doesn't
arrow.
hit.
Yes.
You see an arrow snapped off in his chest. Hey, and you missed. Okay. And then Corwin from under the bush, apparently.
I mean, is that a bush or a tree?
I don't know. Either way, you went full elf and you got comfortable.
That's fine.
So it's kind of on a tree, and then he can jump out and hit him from above.
There you go. Just watch out for a small warlock. Sure.
Up and swing my sword.
And you say, on God.
Now this is how you do it.
Oh God.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Pokey pokey.
he called.
Not slashy
Yeah.
slashy.
There you go. Pokey pokey. All right. I gotta see. That's
You
that
got
guy.
to hit it. You got to hit it on the upswing, Bacon.
And Bacon's turn to say, "You don't have to tell me how to do this." Sounded just like Bacon.
You're lucky I don't hold a grudge,
That's what
I'm
holding
Corwin
it
heard in his
two-handed.
head.
but I no be giving you inspiration anymore.
Oh.
And he misses.
Oh my God.
I miss again.
It's a good
Okay.
thing. It's a good thing you don't
You're
hold on
throwing
to
him.
grudges.
You're
You
throwing
barely
him
hold on to
off
your
by
axe.
telling him what to do. Let him be.
Can you?
Finn-
Maybe you should inspire. Can you inspire yourself? Maybe you need a little bit.
Oh, them
I'm just trying to make you feel good, elf.
Finnick, what are you doing? Are you gonna put them out of their misery?
No, this is just too good. Let us keep going back at this thing.
That's you miss, and then watch Howler just walk up with a stick of bunk.
No, his
I can't
crossbow
hear you
doesn't
if you're-
go
if
off.
you're-
His crossbow goes twang.
That's right. I think he's
Just
just.
say, I'm not going to get close. Because
Can't hear you, Finnick.
I think he's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Or they say that, or he's telling a really long story about how he's doing this.
Can anybody read lips?
You want to know what number he called?
I can make up some great
He just
stuff.
told us one moment.
That's right. We got it.
I think he's rolling.
That's a
Ten's
miss.
a miss.
You can move wherever you want to move, Finnick. And his second attack, that does hit. If you want to give some damage.
5.
You don't. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the full 12, so it's 5.
Well, no, because there is people
He-
around him, so
yeah,
it should be
it
the
is
full
he
12.
does get sneak attack. So you are
Yep.
at this point right now. All right. So this Miffit is. He's gonna. Since you two aren't touching him, he's. Oh, what the heck? He's just gonna breathe right between you two.
Okay.
So dexterity 10 save for Bacon and Corwin,
I missed by 1 again.
and he can't breathe apparently.
Well, that's good.
And Corwin makes it. So half of half is 1, since you both are resistant, if I remember correctly. And no, you failed, but you're resistant, so you take 1, and you're made it, but you're not resistant, so you take 1. And at that point, he looks frustrated, and it's Briar's turn. Can't hear you at all.
And maybe you can hear me now, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say
good.
hello from behind with a sharp, pointy object.
No, you're not. So the 3 of you are giving this thing a long life. Howler?
5 points of damage.
All right, so at that point, roll for the 3 of you, Briar, Corwin, and Bacon. Roll your.
And then I'm going to do a
And still.
bonus healing word before my turn ends, which is before the explosion, I'm assuming,
That's fine, yeah.
to Briar.
All right, so what do you get, Corwin? Bacon takes 1, Briar takes none, and
Briar heals 4.
you take half, so you take 1, Corwin. And this last one falls to the earth as a little tiny snow globe of. Oh, we killed off Corwin.
He just
tiny
popped out again, didn't he?
And he popped out.
If only it was that easy.
All right, so you find yourself amongst 5 little snow mounds.
I kick it and crunch the little mound into little shards in the snow. Oh, I hate these little bitty creatures. They're annoying.
Yes, they are.
They're fun when they go pop, though.
Yeah, it's like a little party favor. Be right back.
The gift that keeps giving. For some reason, that's my very first experience with one of these.
So we should be close to Goodmead. So we can go there. We can have a nice early dinner, late lunch, early dinner, and
Little R&R.
Well,
Yep.
Finnick and Corwin are leading us back the way they just came, right? Because they met us as we were leaving the other place? Okay, so we're just retracking their footsteps, so they should know exactly where we are and how much farther it is.
I asked them why they didn't kill these before they found us.
Well, it's because they're attracted to little short guys.
Oh,
I just got a damn communication stone call.
yeah. Well, I guess they don't have the best of taste.
Or you just don't taste the best.
I mean, it is bacon.
That is right.
There's only one thing that tastes like bacon.
All right. So since you left, we said late afternoon, you'll get into Goodmead now within the next 45 minutes to hour. Goodmead, you get the snooty, the happy mead of the happy good of mead. Or the happy mead of good, however you want to look at it. Let's get you into good mead.
If I
A,
remember
B.
correctly, these were the ones that were kind of snooty, right?
No, that was tourmaline.
Okay,
Yep.
tourmaline.
No,
Mhm.
these are the
Yeah.
ones that.
Goodmead just didn't have an inn.
It
They
had
were the
a meat
ones
hall.
that just had the big meeting center area, and then we stayed with the lady that we saved the kids of.
No. That was Dugan's Hole. Good Mead
Oh,
has
yeah.
the mead hall.
Yeah, the meat hall. But it's not really a place to stay, though, right? There wasn't rooms, I thought, too, in either one of these places.
I mean, I would imagine it's a hall, so there's probably a great room where people can probably stay overnight in. It's not, you're not going to have individual rooms like an inn, but you're going to have a large common area.
Yep.
I could accept the role of speaker, and then we'd have a place to stay.
This is true.
Didn't turn in your resignation as we leave town.
Wait, what he doesn't realize is by accepting the role, he puts himself in for a lottery.
Now, I don't think this place doesn't. This place is one of the heat places.
You
I
know,
don't think they.
You
do
might
This does
you
warm.
might get a good insight if you become the speaker.
True.
And then travel with us, and you as a speaker would be able to talk to all the other speakers of a town without any issues.
I think I'd have to stay here to be speaker.
I don't know, you can
So
tell them
that-
you're taking a
that-
trip still.
That would be.
This
that'd
town is
be,
very.
I'd be
On
playing a new
business.
character.
This town has like no defenses whatsoever.
No.
I mean, wolves
I
would
mean-
attack this town.
No, but they do have a flaming sword shrine.
No,
so-
but Yetis are,
Exactly.
outside of this town quite often.
But they're outside, they're not inside, so that tells you something.
Not yet, but they kept getting closer to town, didn't they? That's why we
No.
lured them away with goats.
No, they were on the outskirts. They weren't looking to get into town.
I don't know, they look pretty famished. They can never know when they're going to take that chance.
Right. Speaking of Yetis, and the cave that we brought this mead back from, I've been pondering the orb.
You didn't get the orb.
The staff, you mean, that you
of
have?
the staff. Pondering my staff.
The scepter, staff, whatever it is.
I don't know why
Yeah.
you're
This
pondering your
orb,
staff.
ever since I've gotten this thing and I pull out the little pearl, I'm like, I have not gotten a good night's sleep.
It's because
Well,
it's
sell it.
cursed.
It's a pearl. Sell it.
I've tried to leave it behind even, and it just appeared in my pocket again.
Well, because it doesn't
That's
want
so-
it doesn't want to just be left in some random inn. It wants to go probably back to where we got it.
I still believe it's that skull.
So
that y'all
you're
dug
thinking
up.
we should travel back there and put it back in the hole? We asked for permission.
And obviously, it wasn't given.
You have your wand in your personal there, Corwin.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Okay. I whatever. If it lets me get a good night's sleep,
Mm.
I'm all for getting rid of it. I've never used
Sure.
it. No, I did use it once.
I mean, we had to.
But that was
we
just
had
because
to,
I could. So,
we have to attune to it to understand it.
but if they're cursed, we should be able to get rid of the curse otherwise. If we can
Maybe.
find the right people. Ha! If we find us.
Or we could just we could look
He goes
in-
around. He goes around town looking for the right people. Just keep telling them they have to go to this place and then this place.
we could look into what's actually behind it in the first place.
Well, if it was because we disturbed the resting place, that's what's behind it, is my assumption. I mean,
So
knowing.
the simplest solution to lifting the curse would be restoring the resting place.
Replacing these back with it and sealing it back up.
Wait, you guys robbed a grave?
It's certainly worth a try.
Corwin didn't tell you that in your travels to find us? I mean, I figured you would have shared everything.
Doesn't sound like something he's proud of.
I guess not, as he gives me the look
Grave
of,
robber.
"Shut up."
It wasn't necessarily a mutual decision, but
Grave robbing, cattle rustling. Okay, goats and sheep
Ah.
rustling. What other things have you guys done over the last
Mammoth
Wait.
murdering.
mammoth murdering? Yeah.
Oh,
and it's
Kid
the last
saving,
time I'll be, and it's the last time
wolf
I'll be letting a
slaying.
dwarf be the negotiator of such a contract.
It's up to you guys. You can head back out to the lair of the Virabig's lair, about 4 hours away, towards into the hills and into the forest, or you can keep heading north heading towards East Haven.
I would
I
say
have
we get a
no
good
interest
night's
in
sleep
continuing to be
first.
cursed.
I'd say
Yeah.
we get a good night's sleep first.
Good night sleep
And
does sound good.
I'm still leaning towards
Yeah,
it's
I
not
wish.
the pearl and other. It's that damn skull y'all dug up and carried with you.
None of us have been carrying a skull.
No,
I was gonna say, what skull
unless
you
you
talking
took some
about now?
skull.
That skull that was in the wall when you guys found
And I left the room.
the
Y'all were digging
knoll
it out.
that was imbued with a ghost that you
When was
released
this?
with you destroyed the pouch, which destroyed the ghost that was inhabiting the knoll.
Yeah, I never took no skull.
Was this
No,
last
Yeah.
week?
they never. No, this was like 2-3, but they never took the
Yeah.
skull. They
Okay.
exposed it,
I was under the impression they took it, so.
and it wasn't a gob. It was a what is this guy? This guy is a.
Then it maybe it is.
No, this is one of those the ice kobolds. He was
Yeah, it was the
thought
first
he was
time we
all
fought
power.
these
Yep.
things.
Then I asked the simple question: how do you remove curses from objects?
Where you tend to look at what was the initial cause of the curse,
That or you get a strong enough mage
and then you
mage or priest
rectify.
and they can get rid of it.
I mean, with enough study, I might be able to remove it, but I would rather not spend my resources. It could be a good while from a
Do you not know any
research.
friends that can? remove it
Not
for you?
readily available.
Where would we have to go to do it? If we
As
were?
I said, not readily available.
Okay. Then we can go try to get rid of it then. See if it makes you whole. I would recommend never stealing from a grave again, though.
All right.
All right. So we go now or tomorrow? Since two of us
It's
gonna
near
be
late.
getting a good night's sleep until this is taken care of.
Maybe you should meditate before you go to bed.
It's late evening, right? Do we want to sleep? So we're
Evening or I
driving
thought it
home
was
today?
afternoon.
You guys got in right at dinner. It was late afternoon when you left.
Okay, so it's dinner time.
Correct. It's dinner time now. 5-ish, 6-ish.
So we would get there at night.
So we should wait until the morning.
Travel during daylight.
There is no daylight.
Well,
Twilight.
I mean, it's dark or it's dark.
it's dark or darker.
Yes. Black or gray. All right. Well,
Since we've
it
been
certainly,
multiple
certainly
fights,
couldn't hurt to get a good night or to get a night's rest, good or not.
Exactly. So let's do that.
So,
All right. You guys get your long rest, but two of you wake up with having bad dreams, keeping you awake all night. You fall back asleep. There's terrifying, let's see. One
So
of
we
you
don't
is-
get a good night's rest. So stop saying that.
No, you do get a good night's rest for about
So you
For
get
about-
rest to restore healing, but not enough rest to take care of the exhaustion.
correct. And the whole night you are battling your demons in your own dreams. Whatever your demons are, you're battling them.
At least you get spells back too. That's important.
Next morning, you guys get up and
Yeah.
Head out.
Let let everybody know you're going back to the lair.
Yep. Oh, I don't know that we're letting everybody know.
I don't know who needs to know.
Yeah, who needs to
We
know?
would just be leaving town.
We're
Yeah,
just
okay.
leaving town.
All right, so you guys leave town. I need a percentage for the weather. Let's see what happened if you get up in the morning.
Oh, look at the storm brewing.
How about
Yeah, it is brewing, but right now it's just snowing. Not blizzarding, not sleeting. It is snowing, and it's covering up your foot tracks behind you, not really, really quickly. And do you guys want to let Bacon roll the encounter, or are you going to let somebody else?
Or Finnick or Corwin?
Or anybody else? Yeah.
Just D100.
We know how
Yep.
Bacon
Yes.
rolls encounters.
Look at
Not
that. Look
good.
at that consistency there.
Nice.
If somebody else rolls a 56, we're calling it. All right.
Works for me. Early night.
No.
Sleep good. Yay.
All right. Woohoo. So no, it's mid morning. You're not in an encounterable area just yet. So you're getting into the woods, and you're getting into the actual Viberg lair. As you
And we
arrive,
see-
though, I want to get another encounter just to see if anything else has moved in.
All right, Finnick.
Finnick.
Yes, I will roll. I just got to figure out how to roll again.
Yeah,
By
upper left.
clicking things.
Right?
If you use your right hand, yeah.
2.
You are safe. All right. So, get into the lair. It is torches have finished burning. The campfire has finished burning out. Let me open up the page for you.
Right, Elf. What do you propose?
Trying to find
Well,
it.
The first thing's going to be replacing the items themselves.
Okay, where is the heck is this thing? There it is.
We need to be able to move this cover back too, because that was the hard part. It was very heavy.
I think we used leverages last time.
So you have the strong people.
Yeah, we didn't have enough people last time. We do now.
Yes, that was the problem. You guys matched right at the
All
strength
those
needed.
goats are gone,
Yeah, they're gone.
They're the ghost of the goats.
and we're
Come
missing
back to haunt
Finnick.
us.
But he's hiding. Let me go get him.
Yeah, since we do have a little bit of cover here, after we make the
This is actually a nice place by the looks of from what I see on the stream.
after we make the grave right and
Yeah,
everything, do
we
you want
went
to spend
through
the
all
night
this
here to
already,
see if
so
it fixes it?
It looks
There
like
you
you.
we know what it looks like.
You should be in there now, Finnick.
I don't see myself.
Yeah, you're in the upper left, right up here.
I must not have vision. Gotcha. You guys have bodies laying around everywhere.
I don't think the intention was to revisit the location.
Yeah, but
Hey,
proper burial. I mean,
Have you ever tried burying an ogre?
usually you burn them,
He's-
but
we needed to get the meat out before it started freezing.
at least
isn't it warm down here?
At least it's cold. It shouldn't smell too bad.
Yeah,
It's like a fridge. Yeah, they're safe.
it's chilly.
All right. So you see
Like the fridge.
the partially opened tomb, and you do have more than enough of the strength now to slide. And what do you do besides go, oops, my bad?
I mean, the first thing will be replacing the items.
Chuck
Place
them
the
in, call it a
items,
day?
Apologize.
Place
Placing
Pray-
them back how they were found.
pray
Oh,
to
okay.
the name that we found on the wall, right, of who is buried here, basically. Apologize for what we did, and
Yes, the chieftain.
ask for forgiveness that the curse be lifted from us as we return their items.
And if it was a movie, you'd expect the hands to close around that, but they don't. Then that you place them in the palms, one in one hand, one in the other, where they were originally found, and then you recover everything and make it look pretty.
Bless the grave and everything like it would have been buried originally, as best as I can do.
You thought that would work.
Exactly. Suddenly, there's skeletons come up from the ground. No, you do what you feel is best and needed, and that took a whole 10 minutes.
Now, do we want to go over and build the fire up and stay the night here to see?
You're a
If-
cleric.
I mean, it's not that late, is it?
I'll look over at Howler and say, "You're a cleric. You have religious experience in these. Any sort of ceremony as such that can be performed?"
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, okay.
The burial
I was-
ceremony of the.
I was implying.
What
the
I know
actual-
of this,
I was
which is
implying
not
the actual
much.
spell ceremony.
No, I don't have ceremony.
Do y'all want to take a short rest to see if your fatigue goes away any?
I don't know
Would
how
that
that
help?
would work, or how that would work mechanically.
It has to be at least be 8 hours before you can take
Yeah.
another long rest.
Here.
And we just took one, so.
Do we want to take any mammoth meat or anything with us?
I don't think there's any mammoth meat here.
Not here.
You're on mute.
I mean, it is a ritual, so I could ritually cast ceremony, even though I don't know it. I didn't pray to the god. I don't know. That doesn't work though, because I don't have a book, so I would have to know it. So we'd
Yeah,
have
you'd
to
have to
wait a
prep-
day.
you'd have to-
Otherwise, if you want me to know ceremony,
You'd have to prep it for the day.
or if you would have talked to me about it before we left, I could have prepped it for today. When we woke up, I could have prayed for the ceremony spell for this.
Be an interesting casting. I don't think I've ever actually seen it cast.
To retcon this, would we have talked about it the night before or the morning of before?
I mean, we know what we were planning on doing. Yes.
So theoretically,
Well,
you
do we
would-
have 25 gold worth of powdered silver?
Ooh.
Because we need that for the ceremony.
Do you have silver coins?
We could. Yeah, I mean, we could.
We're gonna.
Make
Get,
shavings.
get a whetstone
I
and
don't
just
have
start
a
powdering
file.
it.
Yeah, I didn't.
We'll be here a
That would
while.
be horrible.
You're gonna get your long rest in.
That's 250 gold or 250 silver coins as powder, because it's 25 gold's worth. So
You'll be here a while.
Yeah.
All right. So you taking the long trek home?
IKEA.
What y'all want to do?
Might as well.
I
All right.
mean,
A
there's
not
nothing
long
else to do
trek.
here, right?
Correct. So that means
Yeah,
we
we-
need another weather.
Somebody else's turn.
Briar, Corwin, then Finnick.
You know what that means.
Noonish. Time for a nooner.
Who's rolling?
No, Howler rolled for weather, so we got it's still snowing.
Got a little worse, but
It,
not bad.
it got a little
And
correct.
there's our 11sies.
The numbers are going up.
And Bacon rolled an encounter, and there's no encounter. It's middle of the day.
Nice.
All right.
You
So
were
make
close, but you didn't get it. All right, so you get back to Goodmead, and they wonder why you left and
Well,
what's
are
going
we
on.
going back to Goodmead, or are we heading?
Are you just going to cross
northbound?
it over? All right, let me get you on the map.
Is
We might as
there
well head
anywhere?
north.
Yeah, for 4 hours west of Goodmead is.
Just Bryn Shadar is going to be a longer walk.
And were we going?
Isn't that
We
where the
Not
red
for
circle
good mean.
is?
We had to go
Yes.
into the woods. Is where this place was.
Correct.
so
you were
4
out
hours
in the midst
west.
of this.
4 hours west would put us, about
Yeah,
here.
we're
Would
in the
4
we're
hours
in the
north
middle
put us
to
onto the
left
east
side
way?
of the wed.
I'm thinking the
Yeah.
east way was probably more like 5 to 6 hours.
That's fine. So yeah, it was. I mean, cutting
you were
through if we're
noon-
already
We're
there.
still,
noon.
midday.
You're noon right here in the middle of the forest. And you have Finnick. He could tell you where north we can
Yeah.
hit the east way, west we
Yeah.
can get to Bryn Shadar, blah blah blah.
I would say head to the east way, right? I mean, we're already going this way.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense to me too.
And
So
then
about
end up in Bryn Shander. Like if the curse is not lifted, that's probably our best bet of finding someone who can lift it.
okay. So straight north to the east way. That takes you about another
Yeah, but then
5
we might need to
hours.
go back and get the items so that they can remove the curse on the item, which breaks it from us to be disposed of. Unless the spell, depending on the curse, it'll either break it so we can get rid of it, or it'll totally remove it off of the item. That's up to Martin.
Unless, like you said, it
Did you
appeared
forget
back
the
on
items
you.
again?
That's why I recommended staying there to see, take a long rest.
So you 5 hours if you want to roll both another weather and an encounter just to get to the east way. I mean, it happened an hour before you got to the east way, but
Sure.
what do we got? 60. The weather's hanging, still snowy. It's only we're now at 5 o'clock
Somewhere.
ish, give or take, just to get to the east way. And then the Blizzard bot music comes on. So who's rolling encounter?
I got it.
All right. And you're fine. Nothing encounter before the road. When you hit the road, you got 2 hours basically to Bryn Shander. So you're gonna hang a left, hang a west, follow the road, follow your nose. 2 hours. We don't have to worry about another weather. If you're bored and you want to roll a encounter, you can. Of course, you have less of a chance of an encounter on a road than you do in the real world, but unless they're bandits. They're not bandits yet. So you're good. All right.
All right.
You get to Bryn Shander. Let me open that up. And you need to go to the good inn. You know that. You don't go to the bad inn.
Bryn Shander. Yep.
And you make it to Bryn Shander. You get into town and you wave at a couple of people. They wave at you. You wave at them. Look, Mom, they're back. It's those people who owe you. They do everything for us. We can't do anything
Right.
around here.
Get to the good inn.
You get
Have
there.
a
It's 7, 8 o'clock at night. They're in the middle of feasting. No, well, they're eating, and there's plenty of warm food. Again, biggest city, warmest food, warmest places, warmest rooms, warmest. And you are also friends with them. And I need you get in there. You guys just gonna get in there, get some hot food, get some warm ale or whatever. Maybe there's good meat here. Maybe there's some honey meat. Maybe it got brought up. You guys gonna hang around, or are you just gonna get a room and quickly call it a night?
Well, we have to get a room, but we need
Mm.
to have a conversation too.
Okay.
Okay.
So conversation like at your table, just sitting and talking.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
All right, lads. So we've been running around all over 10 towns helping the people, but these are little things going on, all caused by the Frostmaiden. We've seen her work everywhere we go.
But we've only seen 2 that have been controlled by her. Or it.
Aye, but the just the accursed winter and the darkness, the low food and the monthly tributes, like all of this is her doing.
So what
I
is your
agree, her
suggestion?
influence needs to be edited.
That attributes.
Do we need to go back to the dwarves to see what they say?
Or we need to like where is she? Like, is there a way to stop her or make her leave?
I look at the cleric.
I am from the mountains. As you look at me with purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how do you get rid of a god? Only a cleric would know, right?
Not this one.
Is...
I'm just starting. We must find the better clerics in this town and talk to them
The
then.
better clerics.
Better cleric.
Yeah.
Remember, my god doesn't like me. It doesn't even let my spells work. My crossbow is still better.
Just give it another level.
There's got to be other gods or forces or powers that be who don't like her here, who want to work against her. How do we find them?
I guess you find out where the tributes go.
Well, are people playing tribute because they're just trying to break it and they don't really know what they're doing?
It very well could be.
It could also be instances where we might not necessarily be able to take on a deity in and of itself, but those who have aligned with said deity to complete their purpose. So I think of the Dark Dwarves, for instance, the Durgar, who are certainly working in tandem with this force.
Are they? Or are they just taking advantage of it?
I think I do think there is some connection.
Or how fair do they go along with it? While we're looking for somebody for that, I think we also need to double check on y'all's bad dreams just to make sure they're all done and gone.
Oh, certainly.
Of
I mean,
course,
if we are wanting to dig a little deeper into the undergoings, I have heard that there is some, shall we say, mystical artifacts that have been disappearing in East Haven that may be related to all of the uh, condensing of power amongst or to this Oriel or Luriel individual.
artifacts
Yes.
been used to increase her power.
The cookie with an L, Oriole,
Or a bird.
or a bird, and a bad baseball team. Yeah.
Perhaps, yes. I do believe that could be something that would be in her purview, or this deity's purview. If nothing else, to stop power from being amassed against them.
How long do you guys spend down here with the eating and the getting warm before you go to? Is it a good hour? Is it a good
Probably
4 hours? Is it?
I
You're
don't know about
listening to the
4 hours,
bard.
but an hour or two.
Yeah,
As
probably
we
2
get
hours.
here, I'm checking my
Warming up.
pockets to make sure the pearl hasn't come back into my pocket somewhere, like last time.
What the
Thor's
hell?
hammer thing.
It's
I
actually
would
in your
say
shoe.
Let's go find her and see what we can do from there. How far
Finding
is
who?
she from us?
Um,
You were talking about her who could tell you more.
No, I'm saying there's a lead that I've become aware of about a missing artifact,
Ah, okay.
East Haven, or at least as a starting point.
So we need to go East Haven then?
See, I thought you guys
Yes.
said we were supposed to go East Haven a while ago.
That's
sounds
I
like
don't.
you did.
That's why I don't know why we're back here. We were headed towards East Haven, and then we put
Then we're
the
back
items back, and then you guys decided to come here instead of going to East Haven. So
I think it was.
I think it was because of the time of walk to get in before the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock type thing.
It also coincided with if the curse isn't lifted, then we wake up tomorrow morning. We can try to look for somebody here who might be able to lift it. So if the items do
either
clear
way,
back,
I'm just pointing out what Howler is thinking. Like,
Yep.
we were going to East Haven, and now we're here. So whatever.
I think they just like longer walks.
I think so. They like the cold.
Aye, cold doesn't bother me no more.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
know.
bother me if I ever got my boots.
Finnick, roll
Finnick,
me
you notice he's wearing your
a
boots.
perception.
You are?
He's wearing the ones that you wanted. He was given them by the lady that we saved the kids of.
Gross. What was that? I'm sorry.
Roll me
Sorry.
a perception.
Perception. My battle gives me a 16.
You don't hear a complete conversation, but you hear a conversation in tongue that sounds familiar to you, but familiar to lots of people, I would say, but at the same time not talked about. It's, I guess you'd call it maybe a local thieves cant type talk.
Okay.
Because you're local, you're like, you've heard it before. You might not be able to speak it, but you know what it is. You know it's a specific gang, if you want to call it that.
So it was thieves' cant, right?
It was a thieves' cant, yes.
Okay, so I do understand it.
But it's local, so you do speak. You have thieves' cant.
Yeah.
I guess you're okay.
Yeah.
Then you do understand it, and you understand that it is a. I'm trying to remember the name. Hold on, give me a second. It is. Oh, got to go the other way. And again, only you would know, so I got to find this A B C D E F G. La 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 la. A B C D E. E. No, after Dugan. There it is. You know it as the. Ooh, that wasn't the right one. Come on, give me it. I want to get it right.
Give me it.
It is the talk of the. What are their names? Zentarum thieves. It is a 10 towns kind of underground, kind of seedy, but they're there. You'd think the towns would basically have squashed it by now, but they don't squash. And you basically hear them talking. Do you pay interest? Or do you basically just say, oh, this is normal and every day you hear this crap?
I pay interest enough to make sure it's nothing associated to anything that we're working on or
Do you
we're looking
pay
at.
okay? Do you pay
Basically,
interest enough to pay interest so you could be noticed, or are you playing the I'll stretch and lean backwards with my ear pointing the blah blah blah? Or go get a drink and pass by type thing? How are you doing that part? Are you just acting normal?
I'll do the drinks.
You'll get up and do a
Yep.
walk past the table?
Yep. Grab a drink.
All right, you as you walk by in this tongue, this thieves' cant, you hear them say something along the lines of, I'm sure he's got it already. This will feed everyone. That's what you get out of it. Everything else is talking about how ugly the guy's wife is. Is his sister married yet? That sort of thing.
Do I want to cause problems?
And you go get some. I guess you have a coupon for honey mead. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
that barrel was ours.
That's not the broken half empty barrel, is it?
No, it's a full one.
How are they?
Did they get meat all the way
dressed?
out to Bryn Shaddar?
This mead, the further it goes, of course, the more expensive it gets. But it's the local, I would say, not delicacy, the local dessert type mead that does get to every town. They feed as much as they
I know,
can.
but everybody
They
was saying that it was coming out or that it was
it ha-
short.
it
So I'm
hasn't
just
gotten out
wondering
here
if
yet.
okay.
It hasn't
So
gotten
it's
out
still
here yet.
short and more
It's still
expensive.
short. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead. What, Finnick?
I was going to ask you. Did they? How are they dressed?
Cold winter clothes. They are wearing, if there is such a thing. I mean, they don't wear a badge that says "Hi, I'm a spy" or anything like that.
Nope. Yep.
But they're wearing commoner clothing, commoner winter cold gear. They're not wearing snowshoes inside. But to everybody else, it's kind of like they just look like everybody else.
Okay. Okay. And is there anything on the table or on the bar that's like, I don't know. How we have olives and people put in drinks and stuff, that kind of junk.
So you're looking for like a condiment to the
Yeah,
drink, or no?
just
What's it called?
whatever.
A garnish, a
Yeah,
drink garnish.
Yep.
Sure. There's a pickled onion somewhere that you could find.
Okay. When I go up there to grab my drink, I grab the pickled onion, and as I walk by, I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm guessing you're sleight of handing this.
yeah, a really bad sleight of hand. I'm gonna go ahead and slide that pickled onion into the guy's pocket.
Yeah, you've pickled onion
Yep.
his pocket, so
Reverse pickpocketing.
yes, exactly. That was the placement, not the removal. All right,
Yep. No, that's it. I'm not
and
gonna
you
do
get
anything
back
else except
That'd
for
be
keep the
called
information.
instead of pickpocketing, place pocketing.
exactly, and you get back to your table. What do? Are you holding on to it?
Actually, I'm
Not
like
the onion.
not the onion. Actually, in
Corwin
Dwarvish,
noticed.
yep, in Dwarvish, I'm gonna go ahead and tell Bacon. See, I don't know if this relates to anything else, by the way, but I'm gonna tell Bacon that I think they're talking about that pot you gave that innkeeper.
And you're doing this undertoned or like loud, boisterous Dwarven. And so what they feel.
Undertone.
Enough
I might speak the
for
tongue, but I'm not boisterous about it.
gotcha. Enough just for Bacon, or
Yep.
enough for the table?
Nope, just Bacon.
Okay, you get that to Bacon, and Bacon, you hear him say something along the line. You tell him. What do you tell him?
Yeah.
What
I don't know what
are
it
they
is.
saying about it?
They're just saying something about they got something that's going to feed them all or something of that nature. And the only thing I can think of recently was that damn pot.
But it don't be enough to feed everyone.
Well, they didn't necessarily say everyone.
Would such a pot be able to, just out of character, would such a pot be able to provide the necessary food required for a sacrifice?
The
I don't
pot
know that it's
itself,
sacrifice.
the pot itself is. I'm gonna re-give you the what's it thingamajiggy.
Yeah, we gave
Yeah,
that
you
away.
took you took all the body parts out of it. So
They probably appreciate that at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, like an everlasting pot of food producing, and then like an everlasting torch. If we were to acquire these items for the towns,
exactly. You just
could we theoretically?
Speaking of every food.
So the Cauldron of Plenty holds up to 30 gallons of liquid that is going to turn into a edible stew.
Uh-huh.
And it says it can be stew 3 times before the next dawn. So one nourishing meal can for up to 4 people per gallon. This holds 30 gallons. So 120 people times 3, 360 people a day could eat a meal-sized bowl of stew.
Okay. Which is quite a bit.
Well, when you have a town of 300.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Or if you have a clan or something of that nature and you have to just, keep that small clan going.
So there you go. About 360 servings per day.
Do you think you can get some context to see if that's what they're talking about? Because it sounds like he got their hands on it.
The only way to be sure is to travel back and see if it's still at the inn.
Road trip.
Follow these guys and see what they're doing. It's another option. Just stalk them.
Yeah.
Or you could do a whole interrogation, and I mean, there's lots of options.
All right,
kill them.
All right, which ones? And point them out to me.
That's on one.
He did it.
Side of the spectrum.
He did it.
I point toward myself. I point toward myself behind me.
Right.
Because
I won't hold on. I want to see it, Al. Go for it. How do you do it?
What?
Me. There.
Yeah,
me,
like you're there.
There.
All right.
So if you look over, you see 2 commonly dressed individuals, full winter gear. Maybe they took their outer jackets off and they're hung up, but they are still in winter clothing. They're dry. They smell like onion if you get that close. They are if you want to study them with perception, you can tell their clothes are dry. They've been here a while. They didn't just show up.
I'm going to detect the surface thoughts of each of them. What are they let's see. So focus on a creature. Learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in the moment.
Okay. And you then will pick up the same thing about something to feed a, how would I say, large amount, not large, feed a gathering of people very well. You basically sense you also sense no hunger because there's a plate in front of him. And he's talking about his friend's, sister, and he's got the hots for her, but she's ugly.
And so there's no indication of what it is.
Correct. You will catch the ooh, I don't know if it'd be a deeper thought. Yeah, we'll just call it a surface thought. You also get the he's already got it. You sense it's completed. Does that make sense?
So he now needs to make a wisdom
Oh,
saving
to
throw.
see if he doesn't like
Nope.
you anymore.
Yeah, DC 10. It's easy.
All right, let me get in here. Let's go to because this is just regular old
Mostly turns.
bandit.
I hate you.
Bandit. We're just gonna call him a regular old bandit. So DC what?
10.
And wisdom.
Yep, wisdom.
And this is just regular old wisdom, dude. So he makes it.
Yep.
He hits you.
Does that mean he looks at you straight in the eye and goes, "What are you
Yes,
doing
so
in my
he
head?"
knows that's his mind. Someone tried to probe deep into his mind, and he would get like the hairs on the back of his neck and see and turn and see me staring at him.
Okay. Let's see, because let me. I do know something about these gentlemen. Yeah. So you see that you see this guy, black hair pulled back, look over his shoulder, literally, connect eyes with you and giving you a stink eye. He reaches over to his friend, pats him on the shoulder, and basically gives the "let's go." And so you see them head.
All right, they've already whatever it is, they've already got it. And I say loud enough for the whole table.
And we probably should check and see if that's what we're talking about or for something else.
So those the guys leaving right now, I say to everyone. They got something that can feed everyone. And the only thing that we know that might do that would be
They found a
that
dead mammoth. Can feed hundreds.
yeah would be the the big pot
The
that we
cauldron that
took
we
back.
gave to your friend.
That's right.
Yes.
Was that a sneeze?
So
If it's not that, it's
either he
something else,
sold it or they took it.
So we
Well,
got-
or
we're making
they
a lot of
found
we're making a
something
lot of
else.
assumptions here. We're making a lot of
Yeah, I
assumptions
mean,
here.
it could be another one,
we
or
got
it could
Something
be
completely different.
completely
What,
different.
they can't. You're really really soft.
we got two options. We can either follow them or go check on the pot.
That's why I
What
was
do you wanna
asking
do?
And they're right here.
Bacon to check.
And the
Yeah.
pot is
It's in East Haven,
Potentially
supposedly.
here or in East Haven.
yep.
I follow
I mean,
whatever
if they
Bacon
got the
does.
pot,
If he
they've gotta
gets
have
up
it
and
with them,
starts
right?
following him out the door, I'm going to follow Bacon.
Yeah, exactly. So, and what are these individuals? Humans, dwarves, what?
Humans.
Humans.
Standard
Okay.
standard humans. They are. You see them get to the door. You see them get their heavy coats over themselves. You see them go outside. You see them leave. Go outside, leave.
Uh-huh.
And
What do you
What
think,
do you-
Finnick? Can you follow him?
Yes.
of course.
All right. All right, let's go see what they're up to.
So are you all going together, or are you just letting the sneaky go get him?
Well, I'm getting up to
I'm
follow
asking
You wanted to
everybody.
go, so
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go along.
Are you
I'm
going?
going-
I'm assuming we're going to do what we did when we followed what's his name around the
Here
town.
we go again.
All right. So you pleasantly all get up and take your last drink of not really good mead. Good mead. And you get to the door. You don your. I'm guessing you're there maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. You're drier than you were. You're warmer than you were. It's still snowing, still wet out there. You throw your coats on. You step outside, and you see two figures on axe beaks hauling ass north.
Oh, great.
Out of the city?
The what? Say
Out
again?
of the city?
Well, you lose them once they go, straight north from this good inn. You see them hit this corner, and then once they make and they're on axe beaks, so they're moving, 8 times faster than foot.
In town?
yeah,
Yeah,
Where they could trample someone?
yes,
they
axe
don't care.
beaks. They're domesticated. They're just like a horse.
Oh, sure, but you wouldn't have a horse galloping through the middle of city streets.
They're making it to the main street over here, and then they're just going to head north. So
Don't
you
know me that well, I would.
I mean, if they need to go, cross in front of you to go, get out of the way, and then continue up.
No, I mean just for safety of your
Right.
own
Whoa, whoa,
horse.
whoa!
You don't have a horse.
Wait!
The
Did they do
middle
that?
street.
Did they
You
do
don't
that
know
last
me
bit?
that well.
Uh, they picked up the axe beaks, we'll say, at this end of the building. I'm zooming
Sure.
in. So
Okay.
yeah, you get
So-
around the corner. The front of the door is where the arrow's pointing. You get around the corner. Yeah, you can follow them to the south. And by the time you get there, you see the butt of axe beaks. Maybe not hauling butt, but they're moving a lot faster, safely trolloping through the city till they get to here. And then
Is the
if you're
street
gonna
crowded?
run,
Is the streets
no,
crowded?
no, they're not crowded.
So were they within 60 feet of me?
Sure.
There's Mark.
No, I don't have that.
Oh. For once, you're not playing a ranger.
Well, for once, what? Well, actually, can I use I want to use a sleight of hand to hide the fact that I'm attacking them with a throw and a dagger.
You're gonna do a long stretch of twink.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how that works, but
It is right now 8:00. We are officially at the end of the whatever would be considered the lightest of the day. So it is dark now. So you can see due to your visual range. So
would they be within 60 feet of us before they get away from us? So that's what I'm saying. I want to right there. Okay.
Yes.
So, and would I catch it by surprise?
Yes.
I
mean, they know they're there,
yeah,
but they don't
attacking
expect you to
downtown.
attack them. So that would be surprising for anybody.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my sleight of hand to. I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm doing the attack. I'm not sure how well that works, but we're gonna go ahead and go with this because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I will throw my dagger, and since you said it was surprise, I'm gonna go ahead and take that surprise for a 19 to hit one of them in the back.
Okay, so you hit the left or right. You've picked one.
It's for 13 points of damage, and it disappears.
Yeah.
No evidence.
you see him slump forward towards his axe beak's neck. You see him look back like, what the hell?
And I pretend nothing.
You pretend nothing. So first thing I'm going to do is this to see if there was anybody. No one else was looking around. Nobody else saw it. So there wasn't anybody going, look, Mom, he threw something at somebody and hit somebody with some. Yeah, no, nothing like that happens. And you see them 60 feet, 70, 80, 90. They make it around the corner unless anybody else is doing something at 60. And you see them head north. Or you see them turn to the right, which is north.
Yeah. So we can follow the tracks at least.
I think they went that way.
And you are correct. So
look at that cat. It keeps disappearing. It's awesome. It has no head.
I know. That's Oswald the headless cat. I'm surprised he's actually staying there. That 21-pound cat. Ugh.
It's a big cat.
It is a big hit. And the head is gone again.
All right. So we're following the tracks?
Yes.
All right.
Are you using the light of Howler, or I mean, are you gonna light some torches, or just so you can keep an eye on it? Because after a while, it's gonna get dark.
Sure. Howler, you want to
light it up?
Pull out the light.
Yes, I'll cast light on whatever you want to cast it on.
Go ahead and cast it on my shield. And
Okay.
We'll just do that.
And you're doing a comfortable walk to keep a track. It's kind of easy to follow, dual axe beak tracks that are in sync, running ish next to each other. You don't see them anymore. You do follow their tracks, and you can easily follow their tracks to the north gate.
And they go through the gate.
They go through the gate, and they're out in the wilderness, or at least outside the city walls.
Yeah, leaving at this time of night, traveling. Oof.
And if you can ask the guard who was sleeping at the gate, and he'll say, well, yeah, there were two people just went flying past here. Boy, they were in a hurry.
They probably stole something.
So like, I don't know. I haven't heard that over the radio yet.
So
Radio?
Gotta have this radio tire.
That's
They
right.
have a radio tire they roll around with information on it.
So
What
what
we
do you
call
guys?
our carrier pigeon system.
That's
Yep.
right. What do you guys? What do you want to do?
Do we really want to go out in the snow at this point?
Not chasing X peaks. They're
Yeah,
going
I
to
think
be.
they're.
Yeah,
I
it's a
really
bit.
think they're going to. They're going to be faster than we can afford to follow
Yeah.
at this time of night.
Yeah.
We need to get some of those creatures for ourselves at some point.
I mean, yes, if we were to take on maybe more lucrative contracts. Did you get anything for taking care of the wolves?
You got the boots.
And you had your shiny bead and your shiny staff you had before.
The axe beaks are only 50 gold. So
And good
Yeah,
reputation.
only 50
Only.
gold.
they're only 50. I've got millions. I don't know what your problem is.
The DM
So-
hasn't trickled it down.
That's right. Trickle down effect hasn't happened.
What?
We going
I
into
guess. Well,
Reaganomics
we were
now?
I mean,
talking
maybe we
of
can
going to.
steal. Maybe we could steal them from the DM. I mean, he's got so many, he'd never notice, right?
Right. Go ahead, Finnick. Try a
Roll
little.
it. See what happens.
Sort of
I
sleight of
roll
hand.
the steal
Okay,
from
okay.
DM.
I will roll steal from the DM. How do we do that exactly?
Martin, I would assume by your glasses you've got a negative perception.
Yes, negative. The negative's only plus 50.
The negative's only plus 50.
Yeah, right now this is a plus 50. This is a plus 75.
Well, percentile.
Well, no. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you get caught. Just have to do it.
He just wants to see if he can post tomorrow on social media that he stole from the DM without even getting caught.
Oh yeah, horrible rolls.
Yeah,
No,
no,
those are That's Phoenix rolls, not Al's rolls.
that's right.
Oh, that's right. That's
my
right.
rolls. Hold on.
He's not jumping because of her. He's a wuss. I'm holding. You're gonna roll you're gonna do a custom 1000, aren't you? Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Well, 20.
That's a really bad roll considering.
That's true.
I want to look.
All right. Well, we were going to East Haven anyway, so I guess the next thing to do is
Dude, there's a 99 in there.
see if the cauldron's still at the inn.
At least we
Yeah, that
should
makes
know
no
that.
sense.
I don't think that's what they're talking about. But it would be good to know that you're. If we gave it to your friend, they still have it.
Aye.
How long travel is it?
Oh, we'll probably be staying overnight, I would imagine.
Oh, tonight, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
hours.
I would
It's-
not
and-
just. I would
Can we
not
just send
for
a Raven?
tomorrow.
yes,
we-
send
If
ahead
we
a
put
Raven.
all our money, can we afford axe beaks, or do we want to do that even?
I don't even know what. I could just afford an axe beak.
I could almost afford 3. If they're
Could
50
afford
gold
3 of them.
3?
He hasn't spent
even close.
anything.
Yeah.
I haven't spent anything either, and not even close.
Was there this much distribution difference?
Wow. Well, I mean, I've spent a lot of my money. I know that. In fact, I had even borrowed some at one point. Or
You
Use
know
some
it's
of
a 7.5
Howard's
hour trip to East Haven.
Yeah, we're definitely not heading out tonight. Leaving tomorrow.
yeah. No, we're leaving in the morning. So all right. I guess try to
It's
get
only
a good
2
night's
hours to
sleep.
Targos. Yeah.
Finally get her to sleep.
Go to Target and sleep.
Okay, well, you guys get back to the inn and your table's all cleaned up. You guys gonna grab a room and crash?
Grab a room and crash.
And you guys sleep like babies.
All of us?
All of you sleep like babies.
So no more curse.
I
not-
will
Sweet.
take that. Time well spent.
So how many
Alright.
of the babies when they wake up are crabby?
You tell me how many are crabby. None of them are crabby that we know of. So
So, East Haven?
East Haven it is.
That's where we're supposed to go. So yeah.
So the next morning you get up and there's a big pile of Axbeak poop to the south of this building that you guys look at and go, and you head towards East Haven, which is following the east way.
And the weather is.
Somebody roll it. Okay, you, fat cat. You need to pick a direction. Yeah, go say hi to him. Move.
So that's the
Move.
weather, right?
Yep.
And you haven't breached it yet. And Howler immediately puts out another moose, or another
giant elk.
A giant
So-
elk.
So I just say as we're leaving, I'm like, let's try this again, and I pull it out and toss it on the ground. And it turns into a giant elk, and I'm like, do we got a sleigh?
The elk listen to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is friendly to
It
him.
was friendly to me, so if we hook up, I will pet it and hook up whatever we can, and we can use that to travel.
Well, we know what a dog sled costs, right?
Yes, a dog sled costs. You can rent it or buy it. Those are your choices.
Yeah, but there
Buying a
should
dog
be a
sled.
sleigh otherwise too.
It costs
be a little bit
20 gold. It has room for one driver. Well,
Yeah.
the sled dog
Dog sled's
officially,
not
and it
going to
can
be able to carry
it can-
all of us.
and it can pull 360 pounds.
Oh, a couple of us.
So if you guys want to get a dog sled, I will just ride the elk then.
There you go. These giant elk are huge. They are huge beasts.
We could probably ride at least 2 or 3 of us on the elk.
2 of you could easily ride the elk. I'll give you that just because one. How many of you have elk riding or at least animal riding type proficiency?
Animal
I have land
handling.
vehicles.
I don't have. I don't have.
I mean,
any
a
vehicles.
wagon would technically cost 35 gold, so I would imagine a sled would be about the
20
same.
gold. It's 20 gold.
No. A wagon that could hold
it's-
all of us would cost
Oh.
35 gold. So
Okay,
I
I'll
would
give you
imagine
that.
a sled that would hold something similar.
21 animal handling check to get it to let us hook something up to him.
It'll do what you want, but now you're buying all the tech and gear. Okay.
Are we buying a sled? Yes or no? I think that's the question.
Because the question I have then is,
Otherwise,
when this
I'm riding
elk
it
goes
with my
away,
21,
you don't
so
have. You don't
I
have.
ask you guys if you want to try to get a sled, and we'll hook it up, or it's only going to
And
last for a day, which will get us there and maybe back, being faster. But
Mhm.
I might not get it to come out again for another 30 days. Who knows?
Exactly, and then
Right.
you have a sled.
That we
Itself.
can't take anywhere.
Well, we just store it wherever we end up with it at the end. Unless
Just
we're out in
figure
the middle of
Goliath
nowhere,
can pull the
but I
sled.
would assume that we wouldn't take it out into the middle of nowhere. We
So
can
one
just
of
use
us
it
is
for
gonna-
travel between the cities.
So one of us is going to have to take the spell Summon Steed at some point.
Uh,
All right. I'm okay not buying a sled at the moment, but
yeah.
You have an elk, a giant elk. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
no,
mean-
you.
yeah, no, I get that.
Okay.
A
It's
giant
great
temporary
for,
elk.
distraction middies and stuff.
Oh, it'll fight for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be useful.
Walking on the phone
For
is
the
not your
next
best
day.
plan.
All right. So we got the weather roll. We're on the road. Who's
I rolled
rolling
for the
our
encounter.
first encounter?
All right,
9.
weather's fine. Oh, and then you're good for the 2 hours. Again, it's about a 7.5 hour walk. So you're good for the
So,
first
halftime
weather
with the elk?
2. For 2 of you, you can run ahead are you pulling a sled?
I mean, the elk is just good to have. I mean, that means you're just not
Yeah.
walking. That's all.
Yeah.
So you got a couple
You're
people to
riding in
rest.
comfort.
The short guys can ride
The
the elk.
short people. All right, give me another. So we're 4 hours into it. Then give me one more encounter and then a weather. This is the other half of the first 4. Still good. And now weather.
Somebody rolling it or not? Okay.
There we go. It's clear. It's not as wet as it was. You made it 4 hours. You're over halfway there. All right. Next 2 hours at the 6 hour mark. I need another
100,
eh,
100, 100,
100,
100.
100. This is another encounter.
Oh,
Okay,
followed
so
by
good. That's
yeah, all
good.
right. Yeah, that does encounter something. So let me.
I say followed by another 100 for weather.
No, you left. Sorry, you left in the morning, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is mid-afternoon. No, you did not. You close. You did not encounter. So you've
Ooh.
got the last 2 hours before you get into East Haven, about a half hour out. So now we're at 7 hours. What time did you leave? About
Would've been
8ish.
Would have been morning.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
early morning.
Yeah.
so 7. We'll go 5. This is now 2 in the afternoon. Last roll. You're fine. And the half hour you walk into
God.
East Haven. So let's get you East Haven. A B C D East Haven.
E, F, G.
That's right. All right, so you get into East Haven. You pull on in with your elk of elk. And I'm guessing you guys head towards the White Lady Inn.
Yes.
Just
Yep.
just a
To the
guess.
end.
You head to the inn and you see let me get you to the inn since we have an inn. East Haven, the White. Okay. You get in there and inside here, let's see, do we have everybody? Yep. There's our lovely barmaid up there. Thought I actually had her name.
Yeah, we do.
And her name is
East
Velpos is the
Haven.
dad.
Where is East Haven? It's all this
East
stuff.
A B C D.
East Haven is Elfin. Elfin Sunbelly.
Elfin, that's it. Let me go back to this. Elfin.
Oh, lass, we're back. How you doing?
And she's like, I'm good. Sorta.
I go kind of
Sort
go
of.
walking up and more quietly I go.
Does their
"Everything
meal sign
okay?"
have the soup crossed off?
Yes. And as you without perception checks, you knew where it should be sitting. It's not there.
Oh,
She's
that's
back
sad.
to fish.
Yep. So
And
it was stolen, wasn't it?
she
Bastard,
she she
bastard.
she she's she, let me see. And she looks at you and she says, "But yes, but very recently. How do you know of what happened?"
Guy, the
We
perpetrators
people.
we're in Shandor talking about it, and we chased them, but they got away.
She's like, "It's horrible. It's just horrible. It started about 3 days ago, and there was this big rigmarole about the speaker and some guy from Targos, and then they just came in and just took it one night."
So maybe they're in
What the-
Targos. We might be able to find them there. Quick, back on the elk. Let's go.
We've got all day.
Did you get information from your tavern friend, Bacon?
I'm sorry.
Did you
He's
get information from your tavern friend?
I
They stole
relate
it.
the information that it was just taken.
Okay, now
So-
we look
so-
for a sled.
so
But I don't. Yeah, so
Something
it's a
about
terrible
Targos
thing,
too.
and they need to feed people. But I think the greater. I think we got more important things to do.
and you feel a slap on the back of your shoulder.
Hey,
Yes,
hey, Valpo Sunbelly, how you doing?
He's like, sad times, sad times. I mean, 1 minute we're just feeding everybody, and then the next they just come in and take it. What kind of town is this? That speaker's he just gets my gizzard. If I had a gizzard.
I no be fair. That'd be true. And
Could
in
just
our
take the
travels,
speaker out.
if we
Made it
come
too
across
known that
them,
you had endless food. That
Yeah.
was probably one of your downfalls with it.
And he shakes his head and a yes, and he's like, but it was only the town folk that knew. I mean, we were anybody who was hungry, we knew in town. We we would just be serving our own people and making everybody have full bellies. Even the wee ones were giving themselves their first full belly for 5 days, maybe? I think it was 5 days, and then speaker
Word
just
spreads
comes.
fast.
And then he goes on about
Speaker took it?
no, he talks about how the speaker Daneth Whalen comes in and just he comes in. He's like, "I'm sorry, Valpos. I know we're good old friends and everything, but the cauldron's got to go. It's been sold." And how
Wait.
do you sell
Who has the
something?
right to sell it when it's yours?
And Val, I don't know. It was the town was prospering, happy, and full, and how could the speaker have done this?
So where's the speaker at? Should we go to have a talk with him?
He's
Speaker
probably
Bacon,
in the
we
inn.
must go talk to them right now, and I give him a wink.
And a nudge.
You are a speaker.
Talk.
I'm not. No, I'm not a speaker.
Speaker Bacon.
You are when we go talk to him. Let's go.
No, I cannot be lying about that, because
Well,
then I'll end up. Then
Don't worry, Bacon.
it'll be
I'll-
like
You-
It'd be like saying, "Yeah, I'll do it."
You don't need to
No.
lie. You need to
Don't
walk.
worry, Bacon. You don't have to do any of the talking.
No, let's just go have a talk
Corwin
and
is
see,
here on
see
your
who
behalf.
he sold it to. It could be good information for us. Maybe it's tied together with this item of power that was taken too.
We need to figure it out because they can't sell our gift that we gave to your friend. It's not right.
Who would profit the most from this?
The town?
Oh, the deity.
The speaker, obviously.
Right?
Typical politician. And Bacon wanted to be one. Good choice, Bacon, in not doing it. I'm proud of you.
All right, let's go talk to the speaker.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm doing exactly what you tell me to do, Tom, so I'm getting it all in here. It was bright of 20, low light of 20. And Bacon, he has it, and Finnick, he has it. 60. Save, and Corwin is 60. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I can do this. I can do it. And Bacon should have everything. So as you guys, and I got to put Jenny in here. Jenny, where's Jenny? Come on, where'd Jenny go? There's Jenny. She's got my number.
Poor Jenny.
I know.
At least I'm not doing a Forrest Gump impression.
That is true. Okay, so why can't she be... Okay, yeah, I know why. Why can't she be seen? Because you're not there yet. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of that. You guys approach the town hall, and you come into this little map of fun. Oh. And... Seriously? That's not what I said. I told you to open up like this. And make sure that, yep, we should be good to go. You guys should see just the outside of the building, and you can go on in whenever you're ready. Is that what you can see?
Mm-hmm. All
Okay.
right, we will walk inside.
And I need the other one. So while you guys are walking in, you see Miss Jen Falgrove. She is sitting at the desk as usual, and she looks at you and says, "Well, welcome, very. What can we do for you here? Are you thinking of moving?"
No, we're looking we're looking for Daneth Whalen, the speaker.
And what do you know? She's like, well, he's a little busy right now, but I'm sure I could put you in to see him, say, tomorrow?
So he's back here, is he? Back through this door?
I go in there. Do I see that person?
Well, first of all, you don't find a secret door, but it was really cool for you to walk through a wall.
I was gonna say,
door.
where's the?
Yeah, where's the door?
Yeah, I see.
He's like,
the door
he's
now.
banging down the door. He's like, we're gonna go right through here.
And she's like, and you see, but the minute you start walking towards the door, she's going to get in front of you and be like, no, you cannot come in here at this moment. The speaker's a very busy man. Very, 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 very busy.
How big is she?
Well,
Yeah, I go,
it's not like he's really in here. We open the door up.
Carefully now.
She's a human.
We
It's
open the door up.
female. You open the door and you see her step back, and you're like,
See,
you walk
he's
in.
not even in here.
Where is
And
everybody?
come inside, Corwin. Come in the building.
Yeah, he's not even in here. Oh, you're in here. How'd you sneak past us?
And
He's not
Howler's.
even in here.
You are correct. He's not in here.
Yeah, so see, he's not even
So
here.
he's
So how do
through
you say
this
he's busy?
door?
You see her trying. Okay, first of all, let me get perceptions from everybody, because I just want to see something.
Perceptions or
Yeah.
what we see, or insight on her?
No perceptions. What you see in the room.
Okay, there we go.
I see nothing.
Finnick eventually breaks his eyes, and as you do, you notice everybody except for Finnick. Sorry, you notice this is just an open room. There doesn't seem to be much in here except for in the northwest corner, up over here. You do notice a cage with a winged lizard in it.
Little, small, medium, big, 6 inches.
All of the above, whatever you want to make. It's yonder-ish with little wings. It's in a cage.
Domus Falco, what kind of creature is that?
I want to know why everything still looks dark. But she's like, nothing. That's nothing to. This is none of your business. If you wanted to speak to the speaker, I told you I would tell him that you're here, and you could just come back tomorrow morning, and he'll be here to see you. And she's standing in front of a door.
I will cast Charm Person.
Okay.
What kind of roll can I make to see if I know what the creature is?
That would be it's magical. It's it is natural, but it has magical.
Okay.
What's the word I want to say? It's natural imbued with magic. So
would Corwin have any ideas?
Yeah, Court, you do with 17. You notice, you see this flying lizard, and you immediately know that it is a messenger. Okay, Briar, you know it's a messenger too. Congratulations.
Like it's a familiar?
No, it is. They're as you guys earlier said, you wish you had like a pigeon.
Raven.
A raven, yeah. That's that's what it's for, but you also know that they are very specific. They have 2 points. You can't tell them where to go. They have a point 1 and a point 2. If you release it from point 1, it will go to point 2. If you release it from point 2, it goes to point 1.
So it's got like it's got a little scroll case on it, and
do we know if it's normally used by good people,
or is it more like a parrot that it just repeats the message back?
Or does it look like it's missing a sock?
Finnick. Roll history.
Roll history. Question is, was I studying that day or remembering that day?
Yeah, basically, and this isn't your character from the school. Ooh, not bad. You know, it clicks into your head that these are used primarily by the Xantharum.
Oh, the Xantharum? The Thieves Guild.
I mean, it doesn't cower. It's just walking with its little claws around the cage, and every once in a while it jumps to a perch and swings because it thinks it's a bird, and then walks back around the side of the cage and eats whatever's in there. And
what a cute little bird! And I wish I does it doesn't have like a scroll case. It actually takes the verbal.
It's well, from what you've heard, it will repeat a message in the language that it is given in it.
I will go ahead and Thieves' Cant quietly say to it, "Bring the cauldron. Hurry." And then I'll open up the cage. And then I'll try to let it out and let it go.
It won't leave.
It won't leave? Oh,
No.
damn.
I mean,
It
you
would've
open
been
it
good,
up.
though. It would have been good.
You open it up, and it looked at you like, "I'm ready." Yeah, I don't know you.
All right, lass. Step aside before my friend Briar has to gently move you.
I got this. I got this. Don't.
You're gonna
Bacon,
manhandle her?
Bacon.
And gently cuddle
My
her,
good-
pick her
my
up,
good-
and give her a big hug. And
Misguided dwarfen friend.
stare her down.
He yells from across the room.
I will go ahead and cast Charm Person on.
Okay. And what's the save?
It's a Wisdom 13.
I just need a. And do you have an elk in here with you, by the way?
Why would we bring the elk in here?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
It doesn't fit.
Let me see.
I mean,
let me get a commoner in here so I can get a thing on it.
We can name him.
All right. So you said a wisdom.
Wisdom 13.
All right. And she looks at you and goes, "How can I help you?"
And her name was
Jen.
Jen. Can I call you Jen?
And she thinks you're cute, so she's, "Of course. And how can I help you?" "Oh, well, how can I help all of you?" And
You see, we're on a rather tight timetable, Jen. I, above all else, know that you are sorely underappreciated in your current position. I'm sure the speaker, he doesn't know all of the work that you go to in keeping the riffraff and miscreants out in all of that work.
when
he just
you
doesn't appreciate you, does he?
when you charm somebody, are they required to tell the truth? Meaning, do they
No.
reveal
They would
hidden
be-
things?
No.
He just has advantage on persuasion checks.
I have advantage on any persuasion checks, and they regard me as
Friend.
A friend.
as a friend.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
And so her response is, I say that every day. He does not appreciate me. And
I
it's
know.
like, what can I do for you?
Well, I mean,
And why are we in this room?
Which room were we in before this?
We were in the front room.
Oh, the front room.
The welcome room, but you guys came into this one. So she's just like, "Why am I?" But anyway, how can I help you? And again, the room is desolate.
As I said, we're very busy at the moment, and our timetable is under such a rush. And we were hoping to get in a meeting with the speaker.
Just to give you a heads up, this room, just as you were reading it, it's not empty. There are desks in here, and there's some filing cabinets, and then there's that. And apparently, Finnick is leaving. Okay. And so it is an office. There's just, you don't see the furniture, and in the corners that birdie cage looking thing. So what was your
Oh, we have to get into the speaker. I mean, time is of the essence.
She's like, "What? He's in his."
You know me. I would never ask if it wasn't very important.
It's life and death.
She's. Oh, well, then we have to follow me. Tick, 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 tick. You're not following her, but okay. Tick,
Yeah, I'm coming,
tick.
I'm coming.
Now she's walking
Control.
sideways. Dook. And she knocks on the door, and you hear a gruffled voice of, who's out there? What can I do for? Why am I being disturbed?
Just tell him it's his morning appointment.
And so she looks. Your morning appointment has arrived. Wait a minute. It's not the morning.
Or
You
whatever.
guys
At noon.
Late afternoon.
Yeah, the afternoon appointment.
The afternoon appointment. And he's like, I didn't know I had one. Pertaining to?
Don't worry, Jen. We'll take it from here, and we'll go in, and I'll make sure to let him know how much of work you do and how you really deserve a vacation.
And she steps to the side. She opens the door graciously, and as you walk in,
All right, Bacon, you're gonna be up.
How is the tokens not so bright though? Can you? So, do you see the speaker? There's a desk
Yep.
right in front of him, and it's a very elaborate office in the way he would like it to be. To give it there are tapestries painted landscapes decorate the room. In the middle is a large table surrounding a high-backed wooden chairs. Speaker's chair has East Haven's heraldry worked into the backrest, where the other chairs don't. And you see him sitting at his chair, so we'll put him here. You see him sitting in the chair, and he looks up and he's like, I don't have an appointment with you. You all left to
Why?
do whatever you do.
We be protecting the towns. That's what we be doing. Now, just like when we left a cauldron with in the inn, and it was feeding all the starving people. And you had no right to go and take it.
And you see him in his head doing cauldron.
I'm reading his thoughts too, the surface thoughts.
And he is saying cauldron in his head, and he's trying to think bandits, ice trolls, there was a war.
Isn't this is the speaker we talked about with the Dark Dwarves? True, too, wasn't he?
Correct. So he looks at you, and in the end, he says, "You returned property to East Haven. That was East Haven's property, and I had, what do you say, an arrangement with another town that if this ever arose, that they would have the first bid to purchase it."
It was not yours. It was never been East Haven's.
He's like,
when was it here in East Haven? Like it's been out and under the control of the Hag,
which was under the precinct or the direct region of East Haven. Therefore, it was ours. You helped us so graciously with the Hag, and you were paid for that. But the cauldron became the town's.
I take my axe out and I slam it on the table.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
And I go,
it is not the towns, is all I mumble from behind it.
I want to see something.
When we went in, did we see, when we came into
who was good cop, who was bad cop?
Was there any guards?
You did not pass any that you could see as you. No, the wet trout. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking for
wet trousers, maybe not wet trout.
The wet trousers.
I do think that is an intimidation roll on Bacon's part.
That's part one, but I'm looking to see, as you asked, what room are the guards in? That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, so speakers, la la la. Okay. So far you are.
Not that one.
Not that one. You guys are you are currently good. Yeah, you guys are currently good. So, how did Finnick just disappear?
So I didn't move him. You just moved him.
I know. Now, you slam it on the ground. You see him jump from the table
on his desk. I just put a huge big like cut in his desk.
You came down blade first?
Yeah, yes. he put a big cut into the table, and you at that point you do hear the speaker yelling, "Guards! Guards!"
I start casting a spell, and I go, "You better be quiet and answer the questions."
The spell silence or answer the question?
No, I'm just starting to cast a spell.
Oh, okay. I thought you were casting speak the truth or.
Does the door move inward?
Yes, the door does move inward.
I just take quick dagger and I'll jam it between the door and the frame.
I'll plant my foot on the edge of the door too. So
yep.
In case
Dreyer, can you help? Keep the door shut?
Would you
secure his mouth?
I can maybe handle the guards.
There's a door there, right?
That's a window.
That's the window.
Yep.
All right, this is
There's
going to
only
get
the
messy.
one door in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Alter Self
Ooh, nice.
and take on the speaker's appearance.
Okay. So you take on the speaker's appearance and casting change alter self.
Mhm.
Got it. All right. So you are now is that a one turn?
And we let
Or
you
is it
out.
just an
That
action?
is
assuming?
one action. Yep.
One action. All right.
I'm gonna muffle the speaker if that's okay, where he can.
So
Try
you're
not to
going to
speak because your accent will give you away.
Was that?
So try not to speak because your accent might
Oh
give
no,
you
no.
away.
Alter Self actually changes my voice, my appearance, everything.
Oh, okay.
You changed your
I
voice,
thought
but
it was
not your
just
accent.
appearance.
I physically muffle the speaker. Do I need to roll anything for that?
That
so
would be
yeah,
a
do it.
grapple check.
Grapple.
Yeah.
So it's a strength. So first it's an attack, just a regular 20-sider. You could do it with a strength attack, either one.
Well, it's just contested.
18. There you go. There you
It's
go.
his strength versus
It's versus his strength.
his
So here's
strength
his
or
strength.
dex to get out of it.
Let's do this for you. So he's going to not break out of it. Okay.
So you pin him up against the wall and put your hand over his mouth.
Yep. Big Goliath hand covering his mouth.
And you're
So-
here. So you hear muffling. You hear.
I pick him up. You keep struggling. You'll be separated.
I'm assuming
From his head, from his body.
that Finnick has not let me know that this would be like the local thieves guild that was
That's
that we were
Finnick,
chasing
did
you
you?
for.
I
I
had
didn't
not.
think so.
I didn't say that. No,
Okay.
that's just gonna get us in trouble.
Yep. So I'm just looking at him. I'm like,
And
so
I'm
what
looking
kind
for
of,
some.
of speaker who's supposed to protect his town and people, like lets him lets him
Who's been-
starve
Yeah, who's
when
been
they,
now
when they don't
healthily
have
fed.
to?
Sorry, I'm looking for guards. Not you pissed everybody off.
We didn't piss everybody off.
You
We
definitely
muffled him
pissed
real
on 'em.
quick, so hopefully he
Uh-huh.
didn't. You
I
know,
pit
they got to
pocket
roll
this
perception
speaker.
checks the same as we would to see if they heard him
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm just trying to find something.
through doors
pit
and
pocket the
walls and other
speaker.
things, which would be a lot harder to hear.
Oh, I got you. Oh, we'll just use these. Just cause.
Does the speaker have any symbols in his pockets or around his neck?
Symbols? No.
I just patted him down, basically. Pit pocket him.
All right. So, give it a turn of this holding him, muffling him, pinning him, pocketing him, unpocketing him, and Corwin, as you see 4 people coming up the stairwell, and of course when you come out, Jen's like, "What?" She looks confused because you were over there. Now you're over here.
No, he was in the room.
Right, he
came
was
out.
on the other side of the room, and now he's in the hall.
I mean,
he's-
he probably talked with him just for a little bit, so it wasn't immediate.
Okay, so you come out as the who's he watching you, and you close the door behind you after you took the dagger out that Finnick close the door. All right,
Yep.
and you see 4. There are 4 bandits coming up the stairwell. Not bandits, they are guards, and they're coming towards you, and they're like, "Speaker, what did you yell for? What's going on?"
There's a dark dwarf. I caught him spying at the window.
Another Durga. Okay.
Exactly.
And they push themselves through everybody to go outside because that's what they do. And you hear them scurry, and they scurry, and then they scurry. And
As I hear him go outside, I go against the window and put my back up against it so they can't see in here. Or pull a curtain. I'm assuming they would have curtains in here.
Yeah.
You look at Jen and what?
I'll tell Jen. Why don't you go ahead and take the rest of the day off? You deserve it.
Peace out. I think I'll go to the library. Okay. And the speaker's under the grasp of the Goliath is mumbling. They
outside.
you see them going
Yep.
around a corner, heading away, heading in each direction, checking their walkie-talkies, making sure they can hear each other.
So do you want like an intimidation roll?
Yeah,
for the actions?
sure. Let's
Just
see what you get out of this.
normal.
Because you're not doing anything. You've already checked the skim of his mind, of his thoughts.
Yeah.
You've already skimmed him, and you know he's trying to answer what he feels is the best to answer. So you already have him scared. So just throw me an intimidation. Let's see how well you intimidate the young man. Average intimidation. You may see a little trickle in his pants of wetness appear, but
All right.
he
So-
can't talk because he has a hand grappled over his face, and he's doing the.
All right. All right. The guards are gone. But go ahead and let him talk, Briar. And the only words quietly out of your mouth had best be who you sold the cauldron to.
And if you try anything, I will remove your head from your body.
Whoa!
And I try to do that very intimidatingly. And then I uncover his mouth.
Definitely went dark there.
You hung a left on that one.
Was it intimidation or was that just being truthful?
I told him if he tried anything, that's what I would do. And then I uncovered his mouth.
And the two words that come out of his mouth now are
I like the stew in that pot.
You say that to him while he's about to tell you something?
No.
Oh, okay. He says, Speaker Maxildanar. And you know exactly who that is. Finnick. That is the Speaker of Targos.
Wait, so that's what he works for?
That's who they probably sold it to.
Oh. No, Targos, that does kind of make sense then, though.
Is Targos one of those places that sacrifices food?
No, Targos sacrifices humanoid.
Yeah. But as the population gets down,
Population, Targos is the third largest city in the 10 towns.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm saying this because Finnick is there and he knows this. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys pull out your brochure, you know that it's the third largest.
All right. So how much did you sell it for? And did the money just go to your own pockets or to the coffers of East Haven?
Are you still doing a Jedi mind trick, or are you? I
I'm
don't know if
reading the
that's
script
always active.
If I focus on it, it can be, yes.
Okay, so in his head, you hear him going, "Yes, no, yeah, yes, but no, no. Why would I? That's what's going. You see in his eyes, he's trying to figure out what to say, but that's what you're getting off the cream of the crop of his thoughts. But he finally comes out with, "Of course, the city of East Haven. They're most important to me. They will receive the benefits of this."
You know, don't you?
I think that's an insight.
that I'm reading your mind while you're talking, and I know for a fact you're lying.
Can you insight check a thought? Or is it a truth? Because he's trying to or should I roll a deception? Because he's trying.
I mean, if he is trying to, not.
You're doing. He does
take
insight
away.
regardless. He can do an insight regardless. You're doing a deception.
Deception.
What's
He's
the other
trying. What he is saying is he's trying to make that the truth. So I'm gonna roll a deception. If you want to roll an insight, that's what I don't know about the whole catching the thoughts. Can you?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, that's fine because it's
catching the
surface
thoughts
thoughts.
zone of truth spell.
That's okay. Holy
not
crap! Never mind. So we'll just do this. We're gonna give him a plus 20. Yeah, no. Okay. You know he's lying, and apparently so does Briar. He knows everything. Suddenly the speaker's like, you know he's lying, but he believes it's the truth. So
You don't
he's like,
deserve this position because you don't care about the people.
and he says, I was voted in by the people. They love me.
Not after they learn what you've truly done. Then they won't love you anymore.
Just replace him.
We
I could just
call
spend the
a
rest of my
meeting
life
and
masquerading as.
or Speaker Bacon. And
And then we all become speakers of the different towns, and
there you
we
go.
all play new characters who are going to
I did
interact
not know
with
that
us.
that was an option for this adventure.
And then all the speakers
That's
leave to go on an adventure.
And then
This is
then we
the
just have to find the right.
the politics ending.
We just have to find the right people to sacrifice themselves the rest of the time too.
And he's like, I promise the payment is for East Haven. I mean, we
Where's the
sacrifice people, and I plan to provide those families with monetary substance for their loss of family.
and where's the money right now?
He honestly will say it's in the city treasury, but he's not letting you in the city treasury.
So-
Go ahead, break into it. You'll now will be breaking into the city treasury.
That's another good question. While we got you here, catching you lying and reading your thoughts. How is it that some people were able to not have their names on the ledger?
And he honestly will tell you he doesn't know.
So you didn't know that was happening? Aye. So you don't. It's just another reason why you don't deserve your position. Not doing your job.
He says a town over 1,000, and let's just say I'm just doing math. 1,000. So what? That's 800 above the age of 16. 750 above the age of 16. I'm looking at percentages.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's 750 names. I can't keep track of them all.
But you're
Jen's
in
job.
charge of the people who do.
Hold it, that's Jen's job? Then she would recognize when people were not on there.
Do we know who Jen is?
The woman
Yeah.
that we were just
Secretary.
talking to.
Corwin just
Oh,
sent her
I
home.
yes.
might have just sent her home for the day.
To the library.
But she did say she was going to the library, so should we know where she is?
Well, she's carrying books, so that's why I said I don't know if she's going to the library. She may be going to find a tree to read by. I have no idea.
I'm picturing like a Belle type character.
Yeah, there you go. She's read all the books, all 7 books in the town.
All 7 books in East Haven.
So,
And Finnick is
Corwin.
apparently you found the bathroom, Finnick. Just saying.
Corwin, can you
in.
come back
He's
in?
not. He's not Corwin.
I'll
He's
step back
speaker
in.
so and so. Okay.
Oh, speaker. You're free.
So, any questions that perhaps could help us? What do you know of this item of power?
You found a coat closet and the bathroom there, Finn.
Oh, about the artifact? Or the other one?
Aye.
Yeah.
Closet.
Oh, wait, yeah. Ask him what he knows about a fisherwoman named.
That's an interesting last name.
Yeah. This one, it is.
Find it from
Yeah. What is her? No. God, what was her? I'm at this place.
It was the fish hook.
I know. I'm on the page of the cackling Kaz. Oh God, I'm gonna have to go back to the home. Let me get on the home here. Nabira Morskal.
There you go.
There you go. Nabira.
I'll ask him what he knows about Nabira.
Good name.
And his response is, Nabira hasn't been seen for at least a month now. I mean, people go missing, but she just left one day and never came back. I mean, that's common for a fisher person. They just go off and find their fishing spot. But again,
did she leave it in a boat?
No, they actually say she headed out east.
East.
Is there anyone that she spent lots of time with?
and he's going to explain. No, she was to herself an isolated fisherwoman. She did like everybody else. Even if you fished, you still would go.
Yeah.
Maybe not hunt, but you know the woods, you know the area. You're going to pick your mushrooms or whatever is growing inside the you're getting the ice grass or whatever. So it's not unknown for people to leave town. And she did. She left town. The last time he remembers seeing her was probably well over a month ago. um Put out the whole, look out for her. But again, is it strange that she hasn't come back? Yes, but I didn't send anybody out
No.
for more than a day or two to go look for her. I mean, people just take a trip. They just go.
That's
But
okay. No, I look at Bacon and kind of surface level check out.
Yeah, I assume it does.
and hold on, one more thing. And he will say, as much as she was a loner, she didn't hang around with, but the fishing hole her secret fishing hole, but everybody knows where their secret fishing hole is, was also the fishing hole of another East Havener.
Okay.
And he gives you the name. It's not a big thing, but he's just like, he might know more, just because in passing they might go,
Sure.
catch anything? No,
Mm-hmm.
because you only fish at the fishing hole by one person. You don't go in twos. Because people talk and that scares the fish away. Apparently, ask Finnick.
We don't want to know what Finnick does when he goes fishing now.
That's right.
I've gone fishing many times with Finnick.
Oh, you play with the
Okay.
fish.
All
They like
right.
shiny stuff.
So,
No other questions aside from did you get why he sold the cauldron?
because he's a greedy bastard. Took the money for himself.
Probably would.
And he takes that offensively.
Why?
And I'm
why
sure the records could show it right now.
I mean, if you have intention of providing for the widows and those who are left from the sacrifices, why not provide for them from the cauldron as opposed to monetarily?
And he says, when he took offense to it, he says, one does not possibly ruin a town's reputation without a reason.
Oh.
So what is your reason?
So, explain.
And at that point, I gotta get it.
All right, his eyes turn blue.
They turn blue, and he goes, "Woo woo!" No, you see,
and then the
well, you
Scooby-Doo
hear,
music appears.
you hear the back door open again, and you hear someone walk past, and well, nobody opened the door, so you just walks. You hear another.
Does it sound?
Door close, and then
Does it sound like
Guard.
mailed, yeah, or armored footfalls?
no. Yeah,
Okay.
you can roll a perception to.
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I'm listening to if it's the guard coming back.
It's not. It does not sound like a guard male type footstep. It was a soft walk.
Okay, yeah, and that's fine. It was more
Okay.
just wondering if the guards are back. That's all.
Mhm.
Though there's someone else here
Correct.
now, which might make things complicated. I'll peek out the door.
I mean, you see this door that you heard open, it's closed, and then you heard another door somewhere on this side open and close, somewhere from this room. It was a more distant door.
Could be upstairs or downstairs.
Well, did you
And
hear him
as
go
you-
down the steps?
And as you walk in there, because you weren't really paying too much attention, because I know you guys weren't, because you were following the pretty girl.
Well, I looked at the statue, but nobody
Oh,
said.
you did you?
Yeah. That's why my investigation was way up there.
Okay, then you actually find a what looks like a figurehead from a boat or a ship, and it's do you want to take time to know? Did you investigated it or inspected it, Finnick?
That's before you when you guys started talking. I was back here. I was doing a little look at
Okay.
the statue, and then I went
If
into
you're
the room
looking at
after.
the statue, you notice that I'm going to give this to Finnick, and he can either pass it to you or you're going to get it when you come through Corwin.
Yeah.
That there's low burning lanterns casting a gentle glow on this tall black object in the center of the room. You could easily mistake it for a statue, but it's actually the figurehead of a ship, and it's carved into the likeness of a winged demon. The demon-shaped figurehead stands about 8 feet tall. Shards of wood jet out of the back of the points where it looks like it was attached to a ship.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you roll? Where was it? Oh, do you remember what it was, Al? I'm
Uh,
going back. Was that the 17? There's a
yeah, 17.
Well, you're better than the needed 15. So, you actually know that it's made of charlotte.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hey, isn't that the stuff that needs to be? Or am I mixing this up?
Yeah, no. That's the stuff that the dwarves were looking for.
And he's black. It's probably the dwarfs.
And I believe somebody.
So that totally makes sense to the guards why the dark dwarves would be looking in the window.
Why they were running out to chase him off.
Well, the real fact that
Total,
this is a
that was
chip of
total
demon.
coincidence.
Maybe not.
No, I made that up. I had no intention of there being a reason for dark dwarves to be here.
Now, I'm going to ask you this, Al. When you were inspecting it, did you touch it, or were you visual only?
It's a demon.
It's an 8-foot tall demon statue.
If I did touch it, it would have been more of with a dagger tip, where I would just sit there and just kind of drag across it, and then it probably been a test of what the material was made out of, basically. Kind of like you scrape.
Scrape a stone to see if it makes a bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll use the scraping of the stone to to give you the confirmation that this is that charlatan that they've been talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to give you, the scraping of the stone.
Yep.
And nothing else has happened.
Yep.
So
That's
now,
fine.
Corwin, you walk in, and because before you were following her specifically, you're now making more notice of the room because you're actually looking for a door that clicked.
Yeah.
And now you're going, well, that's a pretty bird. Whatever. What do you do? Or do you at all, Al, let everybody know, hey, by the way, there's a big ugly demon
if it was
in
a
there.
demon, if it's a demon or something like that, I mean, I think I would have suggested that they ask him about the demon.
25 to recognize what sort of demon this is?
Oh yeah, the big statue that we walked past on the way in.
I mean, are we talking?
Doesn't look good.
No, it is not a demon per se that is of lore or legend or of the underworld specifically as a deity.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it would just be a demon placed on the front of a ship because, you have the ship with the maidens on the front, you have the ship with the animals on the front.
It's like a gargoyle where it's an artistic.
Correct, but
demonic
it's
type.
made out of charlotte.
Got it. So it's not It's not a statue per se. It is an artistic.
Well, it would be considered. It is a statue, but it looks like it's been ripped off a ship.
Yes, exactly. But it wasn't modeled after.
Correct. You are correct. Nobody took a picture and copied it.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That's all that I'm going for.
Got it. Yep. So that's what you
and it's Chardelin. That's
correct.
Interesting.
Do we have a cop?
I wonder what that's doing here.
Well, should we ask the speaker?
So I need you to do a history check now, Corwin. Not an Arcana. Arcana would have given you the charlatan. So what kind of history?
Let's see.
Ooh.
Holy crap. Okay, so
Corwin's going home for the night. His 2 20s in a row. He's done.
Yeah, this is it. This is as good as it gets, folks.
All right, so with what I was saying was the tale of the story, except when a player rolls that. It depicts Irtu, a Baylor demon.
See, you were just saying it wasn't the type of demon, but it's a Baylor.
Roll a history. You were an Arcana.
Okay.
So it's clicking now. You're going, oh, that's Turtlin. Oh, that's what. Oh crap, that's Ear 2.
Oh.
You get a better look when you come to this. I'm just putting you here because you're looking at its front now.
Sure.
I'm gonna move wherever I'm gonna.
Yeah, feel free to.
I'm moving things around, but I'm not moving the right thing around. Okay, move that. Go to that. Grab that. Now you're doing. Hey, that you might be over here actually, but you're like, I've seen this before for some reason. I don't know why you're looking at, Icewind Dale lore. But yeah, that depicts Ear 2, a
It's
Baylor
demonic
demon
nature, sure.
that has terrorized Icewind Dale for over that terrorized over a century ago.
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, Al, you have advantage on that check. So.
Oh no. Okay.
Ah.
Can't beat that though.
That's where you're at.
Interesting that they made a ship's head out of that.
Roll a perception.
Not really considering everything.
I want your third 20 right here.
Oh boy.
No pressure.
No.
Never. Okay, you hear mumbling. That's all you hear to your left.
Oh, to my left?
Mm-hmm. You don't hear talking, you hear mumbling. And the minute you open the door, you see Jen with the cage open. And you see the window open, and you see her finish something, and the flying lizard just flies. And if you can beat, 60 feet per minute with a reaction, it's going to make it out the window.
Let me see what I got.
Go for it.
I mean, reaction spells? No.
It would have to be a reaction because you walked in on the departure.
I mean, there are no spells that are of that.
Okay.
Sure.
I didn't know if there's a hold or a.
I mean, but those are all action spells.
Okay,
There's no
then
reaction type spell for that.
your reaction's going, oh crap! I guess however you want to react. So
I mean, aside from a magic missile spell,
you see as you come in, she finishes. It darts out the window. She turns to you. She gathers herself, and she just goes back to the front.
Jen.
And she turns. Are you the speaker or are you?
No speaker.
Okay.
But the spell actually does maintain.
That's fine.
So friendly and speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, before you head out for the day.
Now, does she break her charm over a certain time?
An hour.
Because the charm was yours also, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she's still charmed to you.
Yes.
Go ahead. So she'll be honest. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Jen, one moment. I didn't recall a message needing to be sent.
And she, as casual as you can, or as she can. I gotta find the words. La 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 la. That's not what I needed.
Remind me of the message.
She says, and she actually says it to you in a kind of a, as a matter of fact to you, as respectful as she can be.
Sure.
It's none of your business when I'm talking to Speaker Maltadanar.
Well,
And she turns and walks away. I'm trying to get her to turn. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Now
And
wait one moment. You are employed by me, not Speaker Malthadar.
Am I?
And if you wish to remain employed...
She walks out.
With a big.
Your threats are empty. We don't got any of this on camera, so
well. Is she as charmed as she thinks she is?
No, she's charmed, but he's not in charge of her.
Well, exactly. So this is information that we've just given.
Or just been given.
Been given.
Just found out.
But she didn't reveal it to Corwin.
The good people, yeah.
No, she revealed it to Speaker Wayland.
Yes, exactly. Which makes for an interesting point of conversation.
Exactly.
Okay. So I just had a very interesting conversation with your secretary.
So you came back up in a room with the rest of us.
It's like he's like, concern, Jen. What did you?
Yes.
What did you? What did you
Well,
do
she's
with
not.
Jen?
She's not your secretary, is she?
And his response is, "Of course she is."
Oh, But she
Is, ta-
reports
is,
to.
is
She
Bacon
reports to
still reading
Speaker.
his thoughts?
Yeah.
Then that's truthful.
Okay.
I tell him she reports to Speaker
What's
Big
his
long
name?
funky
Malfiden?
name.
Malfiden.
His last is Malaxdinar.
Malaxton.
Maxildinar. MAX. Here, let me put it on the screen so you guys can have it.
Sure.
That's just going to be long and painful.
Maxildinar.
Short for Max.
Malaxdinar. Yeah, those are
Mm.
A B C D E F
Just call him
G.
Miralax.
I was
Seriously,
gonna say, it sounds
they
like
don't even have them.
Speaker Miralax.
Speaker Mucinex? I mean, what?
Mucinex.
Yeah, Mucinex.
You
There
know
we
your
go.
game has gone off
Perfect.
the rolls when your NPCs just start sounding like pharmaceutical.
I don't want to give you this. Oh, let's see
Just-
if I do that.
Just type it in. Just
type
type
it
it
in.
No,
in.
no,
chat.
no. I got it. It's all you. Here you go. You got that. There it is.
All right.
Yeah, you say that damn last name.
Maxildinar.
Yeah, it's Maxildinar. Yeah, you had it right.
Maxildinar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She reports to Speaker Maxil.
Blah.
Yes.
And
Max.
you can pick off his top thoughts are, no, she doesn't. She's been here for 2-3 years.
This is what we
She's
got now going
she's
here.
she's a dedicated and honest worker.
I'm sure she is.
Nothing
I am sure
but
she is.
but respectful, and everybody loves Jen.
That's the reason
Everybody
why
loves
she's
Jen.
here. Because
That
everybody
is how
has
it
to
works.
love her.
That's right.
The messenger.
He says, "What messenger?"
The drake. The wormling.
God, it makes me think you know somebody named
Wormling. No, again, off the top of his, he's like,
The lizard.
the one that she keeps in a cage, her pet.
Yes, the one she sends out on messages.
Again, he's unsure about that.
Gentlemen, I think we have before us a buffoon.
Or perhaps he's just been ensorcelled.
Y'all use some
Possibly.
big words.
Yeah, the Goliath's going, huh?
I mean, I'll take a look at the speaker in the eye
Big
and
word,
see if
small guy.
there's any arcane feedback coming from this guy.
There's nothing coming back from the guy except for currently disbelief and feeling of being used.
Okay.
Oh, say it again. You've
Disbelief
got
and feeling
Yeah.
used.
going on under your nose and you don't even know it. You're not in control, Mr. Speaker.
And he says, "I've done what for this town what I thought was best under the conditions that were given to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have made it so that this town could survive longer." And into his head, he's speaking complete truth. Now, you could weigh food versus some gold all you want. In his head, he thinks he has protected the town.
Sure. That's fine.
Now, under what circumstances?
And that would be a curiosity of ours.
Well,
Big log last name.
I've got to say that there's a lot going on here that could be used against you. I don't think it's entirely your fault.
Now, he will tell you the last sacrifice. This was the first place, so it was probably 5. It happens about every 7, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. We'll say it's good 6, 7 weeks ago. He'll honestly say, "I have already provided gold to the family of the thank you to the family that had the last sacrifice." And
Oh,
he will say that's in the books.
you mean Disson? the man who was or was that a separate case?
The the one who was murdered, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
The one that was murdered by Sefik?
No, no.
The
Disson
actual sacrifice.
Disson was somebody who had hurt many people and didn't deny it.
Okay. No, that was not the actual sacrifice. Whoever that was, that family received
Mm-hmm.
gold.
So who was Disson?
I'm trying to remember who Disson was. Disson and Dat. Disson.
Yeah, there was that we were eating breakfast and we learned about a man about to be executed and we ran over.
Oh, you're talking about the mage.
Was that a
Drizzt.
mage?
Yeah, there was a mage. It was he was tied up and he ignited.
Yeah, went up
Yeah,
in
that.
flames.
Yep. Now I know what you're talking about. Um, no, he just liked being a jerk.
Oh, okay.
He was just cruel. Yeah, I've got it here. It was what was his name? Dazan, Dzaan.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, he was just he hurt people. He robbed. Yeah, he was just he got caught for doing things he's not supposed to. That was just a public execution, which worked apparently. So no, that has nothing to do with the sacrifices of the city. The last of the sacrifices, which he's like, I will show you. I will show you the books. And they actually, they've got the list of it. And this was something that you guys never brought back up, but when you came back in, did did I ever tell you that the walls have the names of all the townsfolk on them?
No.
And the ones that have been sacrificed are lined through?
No.
So that is the, remember the book that you signed in when you came to town? If you became a townsperson, your name would be added to the boards of names. But if that never came up, that was eventually going to be coming up. But that way, they have a log of all the townsfolk who are permanent townspeople. That's why they're like, when Jen was like, "Are you going to be staying here permanently? We have a house down yonder," and she became a real estate agent. So right now, no. Dazan, totally different. That was just a public execution. The last person who was sacrificed, Billy Bob Thornton, I don't know. He's saying that he provided that family with a sacrificial payment. Shall we call it that? Because gold, I mean, the body's eating the food. Gold for the family allows them to at least purchase maybe more food in his eyes. That's it. Does that make sense?
So,
Sounds like
any
we
other
don't know.
questions anyone have for
What
Mr.
was that?
Speaker?
Briar, what was that?
Yeah. Sounds like we don't have the full understanding of the situation he inherited that he feels like he's trying to straighten out.
Right.
Wonder if he wants to elaborate on that or not. Or do we have enough from that?
What are the questions you got?
So what are the pressures that you're under trying to balance all of this stuff? What else is going on here?
Are you asking to be answered, or are you asking? Are
Yeah,
you trying
I'm
to? Are you
asking him
trying to
directly.
catch directly?
Yeah.
Well, he looks at you and goes, "You'll never know what a speakership's like. You'll never know exactly what you have to do for your town.
Oh, you're
I
right, because
try."
I turned down the offer I just had to be a speaker. So you're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
I don't
I
know.
know.
After spending a
I-
couple of minutes in this body, I mean, it's not that different.
and he'll say, and you don't understand what the pressures of speaker big long last name mean around here. He knows you're from the area, but you're
Oh,
not from the 10 towns.
Speaker M?
Yeah, speaker big long last name M. Now, Finnick, do you want to roll a history to see if you can connect what he's saying? or not. Oh, there we go.
Oh, sorry.
You get advantage.
What was that?
With advantage or disadvantage? I don't know. With 10, 14.
Oh, you told me it's for history checks and local. You told me to take advantage, so I did.
Oh, that's because you're local. Okay, so
Yeah.
14. Sure. You basically, at this point, where are you? You're at the door. You
Yep.
can either whisper above everybody or stand on Corwin, one of the two. Um, or you whisper over to Corwin and go, "He's the head of the spy syndicate."
Oh,
I
he's
don't
the
know
head
how
of the
you want to pet.
Zentarum. He's the head of Zentarum.
Ooh.
I'm sure you know who those people are.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do whisper it to him in Elvish because he's elf. You're elf. Wait. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
elf.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Part of him is yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Full elf.
So he whispers this to you. I mean, not that this information would ever come up for any other reason, but when one speaker of one town says to you that another speaker has the power over other speakers, that could be a certain used power.
Honestly, I shouldn't say this, but I feel like we'd be almost better off just eliminating them all.
All the speakers? We could just start over.
You know, that would be an interesting campaign where we just ditch the main quest line and we work on installing ourselves as the speakers of 10 towns.
Yep.
That's a whole different adventure.
Well, no, hear me out though. Out of character and everything else, hear me out though. We could
Evil-based
actually
adventure. That would be interesting.
no. We could actually eliminate the control of the goddess completely by
Getting rid of the
eliminating
speakers.
her resources.
But I want to say, Finnick, you do realize the 10 towns is maybe a tenth of the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a little concerning, but I'll bring it up to him, and I did mention it to him because I know he's from a bigger town, and he would have a better understanding of what that really impact actually means.
Oh, yes. I'm still. Yes, that is not a good thing.
Do you then give this to Bacon and the rest? I mean, as the speaker, does the speaker walk up to the other speaker and speak and say, whatever, you pass that on?
We should discuss more of this in a more private setting.
All right. So no more questions for this man.
He seems to be doing his best.
It is a sad statement, but I believe I agree. All right. So I know we've been a little.
You're on mute.
Question
did I
is,
mute?
does he understand
No,
that
he
I am
was.
also doing, or we're doing our best for the people?
Right. So we've helped you already, and we're going to help you more. So you
I'm listening intently.
you just need to keep supporting us, and we'll keep supporting you. Can we agree on that?
He shakes his head wearily, and he's like, "This is a facade I think we can keep under wraps."
And if there is something that comes up, and we can find a way to help you with some of the more private things, and then we'll have another conversation quietly, and not as aggressive as this one. Me apologies. I get a little dwarven heat under the collar when I see injustices being done, if you know what I mean. You're
You see him try to shoulder unbreak the hold of the Goliath, like he's not trying to get out, but kind of like, is this necessary anymore?
Briar. I think we have an understanding.
I take my hand off, my little Goliath hand, and pat him on the back gently and then step to the side a little bit so he doesn't feel as threatened. There we go. Give him a little bit of breathing room.
So he says, let me escort you out so that you guys can continue the investigation that you so deem to wish to become involved in. And he just starts walking. I mean, not running. He's just
Yeah.
going around the table and being like, "Come on, here, boys."
Oh. Okay.
And he's walking out. And when he gets out to the front here, he walks through the door and he's like, Jen? Jen?
Jen might mention she was heading out.
Blasted that girl. Always leaving at the most inopportune moments. I'm sure she'll show up here tomorrow. Because it is 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And she punched out.
She punched out.
Who'd she punch out?
Do we tell him that she's never coming back? Okay. So he you see him walk around and now he looks lost and then he just
Doesn't know
luck
what
with
to
your-
do
good-
without his secretary.
Yeah. Good luck with your work.
yeah.
You lazy, stupid
Beep.
imbecile.
Nice. Be nice.
I whisper under my breath.
And then I'm
If you said
guessing you
Dwarven,
guys,
I understand Dwarven.
if you guys guess you're
Yeah.
going back to the white.
Yeah.
Yep, once we get out of the complex, I'll drop the.
And Volpos is gone. Aflin is there, fixing the fish plate. And
Well,
the
that was a
granddaughter.
little interesting, a little different for us.
There really was no good cop in that. I just want to say. You guys actually made
Don't
bad
always
cop,
need a good
bad
cop.
cop impersonating bad cop.
It's all bad cop, worst cop works really well too.
Bad cop, worst cop.
I was really looking forward to that stew, and they took my stew.
Yeah.
I think Breyer on the spectrum of bad cop was.
So, if we're back in here and the couple people are at the table, so what do we do with the real problem now that the Zentarum are for sure in control of all this mess?
Control.
Oh, there's
Well,
Intarum, you
contributing.
say?
Yeah.
So I guess you mentioned to everybody now that
Are we
that's
out
who
of
that's
earshot of
who
everybody?
Maxwell Denar.
Are
Well,
we, from a GM's perspective, are we out of earshot from everybody?
I'm assuming that you're not talking loudly, but
Right,
apparently,
no.
Well, I didn't realize these dwarves all of a
We're-
sudden appeared behind me too.
Yeah.
exactly. The
We're
bandits are back.
picking a table. Let's move to the corner. We're in the corner, making sure everyone else is away.
And Patrick
There.
and Howler's
There,
drinking at the bar.
Howler comes over too. There we go.
Okay. Howler just left.
Yeah, remember, I'm an old intel
Because
guy.
I was trying. We were both trying to move each other at the same time. I think.
I tried to pick up my character.
There we go.
I put him back in.
How do you not have control? Of
Corwin,
your character?
Corwin,
I have control of my character, but you also have
Come,
Tom having
Corwin.
control of
I'm
my
coming.
character.
I'm coming.
Yeah, because I ran him the one time. That's why.
Okay. How do I undo that?
Sorry. You can just take my name off of it.
That's why you gotta try and figure out. So it's got to be
In the controlled. If you double click and open it, and just take me out of the controlled.
controlled by. I don't see it. I see the controlled by. I just don't see names. Represents Howler. I'll figure it out. It's all good. Oh no, it's over there. Okay, go ahead. So you guys are talking amongst yourselves while I'm doing this.
So, I mean, with his Untireman included, obviously, normally they only stick around in big towns. I'm really surprised they're actually here, to be honest. I don't really see what the benefit here is with all the ER stuff, but
Here so much as, I mean, they're operating out of what's that northern town?
Targos.
It sounds like they're operating out of Targos.
I knew I didn't like that
Whether I was
town.
in Tarim, there is always bad news.
what's their play here, though? Do we go for the Do we go for the cauldron and steal the basically steal the cauldron from them?
Perhaps they think they can garner some sort of power from the deity that is controlling, or perhaps they are at the root of all of this, and the deity herself is just some sort of mask
Like it's a
for
way to control?
their actions. Exactly.
What? Let's see. I'm just. Wow.
It does seem like a legit move.
I really need to do like. Okay, that's not enough for me to know what I was about to say. So obviously everyone's heard of the Zentarum, so I know that. But uh, the stories I've heard of the Zentarum aren't ones that would say that they had the power to create the everlasting darkness.
No, but
Uh,
if they were collecting artifacts,
And they could just be used as taken, they could be using this issue to control the people and collecting all the bounties.
So they're either using it as opportunity or they're working for her.
there's also the chance maybe that this speaker, maybe he has glowing blue eyes.
possibly. The way I see it is we're aware of at least two powerful artifacts in the local area. One that the Zentarum have already gotten their hands upon, and the other that potentially they may be after. We know where the cauldron currently is. I would imagine it's almost all the way to Targos by now. Perhaps we should seek after the other artifact in hopes of obtaining it before the Zentarum do.
To the east, then.
Indeed, following in the footsteps of
Yeah, what's her name?
Nazir,
Nabira Norsko.
Nabira. Yes.
Thank you, Bacon, for taking notes. Now I know how it feels. What do you mean you don't remember? Didn't you take notes? No.
No one has a common name.
All of my notes are recorded.
Nabira Norskell.
When was the last time we
More
found
skull.
someone with a memorable name?
Apparently, Mr. Whatever the hell his name is. Miralax.
Miralax.
Axel Danar. I mean, it's still a lot of speculation. I guess tracking down this artifact one way or another could be a good thing.
What time of day is it?
You're probably still
Night.
at seven-ish, 8. I mean, how long you spent? You got in about 5. You were at the town hall, say by 5:10, because you went in here and went poof, gone.
It's late.
How long did the interrogation take? Half hour?
Oh,
So
yeah.
do we need to stay overnight?
It
and
maybe
head that way?
6, maybe 6
6:30?
o'clock ish. 6, yeah. It's dinnerish time.
Enjoy-
Definitely dark out. You're not going out tonight unless you want to freeze your niblets off.
Yeah. So we enjoy a good meal and then head that way tomorrow morning first thing.
Aye. But we gotta
Which east or north?
go to the east.
Okay.
Because we're thinking of going, but or perhaps in the morning. Let's ask the. I know. Let's ask Sunbelly here. Let's see if either he or daughter knows who the other fisherman was that shared the spot with Norsko. And talk to him, see if he's seen her.
I mean, we got a name. You said earlier, Martin.
Yeah.
So
Billy
we can
Bob
track it down.
Thornton.
Yeah.
I mean, even Finnick could pick the fisherman out of this room and be
Yeah,
like,
smell them a mile
you know,
away.
literally, and it's not thieves' cant, it's fisherman's cant. Make some click click and some glubs or whatever, and touch 2 hooks together, do a fisherman's knot real fast or
Glub.
something.
So, Finnick, you want to go find out from the other fishermen where we might find this Billy Bob?
Billy, a name we can remember.
That's one.
Look, well,
Be
along,
right back. I know exactly who to talk to.
yeah, right
And this
along with
empty
Jen,
bar.
Jen and Billy,
The
and Thomas. We've had
That
3
guy.
names now. We can remember.
Right. He had Thomas, and Thomas. All right. So you see Finnick walk off and disappear behind stairs because it's stairwell. You get told that that Billy Bob has been was torn out, was just all torn asunder about the loss of big long last name. Nazgar. What's her name again, Tom?
Nabira Norskol.
Nabira
Here,
More
Norsko.
with an M. More skull. It's like more skulls.
Morskull,
Yeah,
okay.
with a boar with an M. Yeah, more skull. Nabira, and he shakes his head and goes, "We just don't know what happened. One day she's out fishing, and the next day, people say she just disappeared out east. Something about no, it couldn't have been.
Was she on the boat when she disappeared?
No, she was being led, but
Oh.
again, it's just what people have seen. It just didn't sound right, and Billy Bob just to this day thinks, what could he have done? And I don't think he could have done anything.
Wow.
Why don't you
Gonna
ask him
follow
yourself?
him?
He's right there.
Yes. Oh, hi. You're Billy Bob?
The guy to your right. And he's like, yeah, Nabir. She was one of the good ones, and now she's gone. And he drinks more.
Well, where'd you see her last? And do you know what they look like? If you said they were, she was being taken.
And you see him take another drink, and he's like, they had to be at least 6, 8 feet tall, and it looked more like it was she wasn't going by her own power. She was, I don't know. I mean, maybe I drank too much that day, but she just didn't seem.
Did she look like those 2 big guys that walked in here? Well, the big guy that walked in here, and a smaller guy who was kind
No,
of big.
no, it was more at a distance, but I could tell you, I think they were gnolls.
Big Knowles?
Big gnolls.
How many of them would you see? Like 7, 8,
And he
10?
rubs his eyes. He's like, at least 2 or 3.
I put up 3 fingers. Like this many, or and I put up like this many or
Good
this
question.
many.
Good question.
And he's like, yeah, that many right there in the middle.
I'm like, okay. He's not much help.
And now
After
when you're
all.
talking to this guy, he's not a big person. He's of probably halfling stature. So to him, everybody's big.
Well, how tall do you think I am?
Oh, you're big.
Yeah, but how tall do you think I am?
Both of you together? Really big.
Sure, but how tall? You said they were like 8 feet tall. So how tall do you think I am?
At least 8, 10, 12 feet tall.
Hmm.
And he takes
And you're-
another swig.
And you're saying the ones you thought you saw looked like gnolls, so they looked like dogs?
Well, I saw the backs of them, and they looked kind of hunched over and kind of furried and armored. But again, I didn't get the greatest look. It was distant, and I was more worried about the fish on the line.
You were saying they. Well, I mean that's a very important thing. You got to make sure you keep your fish, but you were saying they were armored, like metal armor.
Yeah, armor. Like it's got metal on it and other metal and other metal and then other metal.
Where was this?
Oh, where? Well, it was just to the let me open a map so I can with the name of the lake. What was the name of the lake in East Haven?
Alcohol poisoning.
What is
Uh,
That's
Dear Denishar?
dear Lach Denishar.
Black
So
Denishar, right.
so we're talking probably heading from their little secret hole, which he can't tell you exactly where it is, but they were heading he's like southeasterly. They were heading in his eyes towards the spine of the world.
Uh,
And then he takes another drink.
and how long ago was this again?
Has to have been at least a good 3, 4, 5, 6 months now.
You've heard nothing of her.
Nothing. She was
Probably.
my best secret fishing spot friend. He drinks some more.
Have you been back to that fishing spot recently?
I go to that fishing spot at least twice a day.
At least every twice a day. Okay.
He asks you what time it is.
It is almost sunset.
You see him gather up his ale, and he's like, "I gotta get out to my. Don't follow me. It's a secret spot. It's mine and and more Skull's secret spot." But he just throws on his heavy coat, puts on maybe one snowshoe, and
So
starts heading up north.
as he heads that way, I look at the art
Northeast.
guy. I look at the art guy, and I'm like, that guy can't count, can he?
He's like, "Never could."
I didn't think so. Oh, what a fool. Thank you, sir, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. I wish I could help more, but we don't think she's ever coming back. He
So,
takes a drink.
Yep. So I just walk away and down there, and I'm like, so they are definitely
Drunk. Oh,
they're
you weren't
drinking
going
a
for
little.
that.
No, they've definitely been drinking too much, and they think that there were gnolls and they were giants, but I'm pretty sure they were gnolls, and I'm pretty sure they weren't giants because the guy couldn't count, and the guy thought I was 8 feet tall.
Look at him, but you are, ain't you?
Lot of suspect information.
Yeah. The only information that's very possibly true is where he headed.
Right. So we've got a location at least.
Yeah.
And that she wasn't alone.
And if she wasn't alone, but her being alone or not being alone, obviously we can't say that, whatever. The point is, the information we're getting from him is garbage.
Well, with a name like Billy Bob.
Poor parents.
I put up this many. I asked him how many. He said 2 or 3. I put up 8 fingers. And he's like, the middle one.
So
The middle one.
2.5.
Is it average it out?
2.5.
So you're saying once a Siamese twin?
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to act on it, we can head that direction, but that's about, I don't know, it's suspect. And it might be worth the trip, but it's a little suspect.
Well, it confirms the knowledge that I was given.
That Billy Bob's a moron?
No, that she was seen heading east.
Sus. As Holler would say.
So we do not think that it's worth heading out there and trying to find her then.
No, I think it is.
I mean, it was only 3-4 months ago, he was saying, which could have meant weeks ago or days ago.
Oh.
Well, no, but according to the speaker, it was less than a month ago.
Yeah, like I said, his ability to measure numbers wasn't
on point.
Wasn't his strong suit.
Definitely not. I bet he caught many 50-foot fish.
So you're just saying he's just slightly challenged.
Yeah. He started talking about how they were giants. And then I pointed to you guys, or I mentioned, you guys, and he's like, no, they were like 8 feet tall.
That does bring up a out of character. There is an item in 5th edition called the Brooch of Number Numbing, which makes you completely forget how math works.
I've got it.
Maybe he had that.
Wow.
So I look at Corwin. So
Should go check it out.
do you know like what kind of item this artifact is? Anything about it?
The magical fishhook.
Oh,
Is it?
well that's
Yes.
No.
Did I not share this? I must not have.
Nope.
no.
You just said an
You
artifact.
left that little tidbit
Magical
out.
fishhook.
But now, the guy at the top, Finnick, is very interested now.
Yeah. I'm like, magical fish hook.
Yes.
Well, what's so magical about it? What does it do?
I didn't get any more details besides that it's a magical fishhook. I
Well-
expect
well-
to throw it in and it automatically catches fish. Kind of like the
Well, you
pot.
You have to hook it
Kind of
up
like
to
the pot
something.
automatically creates food.
Roll
That's
me
something similar.
a history, Al, with at advantage because it's local lore.
There is mythology around this fishhook. Oh dear.
So Finnick, I also have a magical fishhook.
Oh,
You
it's
can
Don't
dip
bad.
it into a
It's
cup
bad.
of water
For a
and
while.
pull out a 20-inch fish.
The only thing you know about Finnick you've heard is that someone in East Haven was rumored to have had this magical fish hook. This magical fish hook, I mean, you know of its name, and its name is the Hook of Fisher's Delight.
Hook of
Eh,
Fisher's Delight.
Hooker's fish, the Hook of Fisher's Delight, and in your mind and everything, you're like, that's like the most amazing thing you could ever have. But that's all you get.
Okay.
That's what I call my fishhook too.
Okay.
Moving
What's
along.
wrong?
I don't want to see that. That just sounds unhealthy.
I am a Goliath, you know. I make things up.
Again, now that Corwin actually
Kind of
gave him
want
more
this
information.
hook.
Oh, it does intrigue you. I mean, as
Yeah.
that's your main your family's mainstay. I mean, anything that would help you, you'd be like, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can go fish and feed 10 people every day, but
All right. So we're gonna go heading east in the morning, looking
First
for this magical hook.
I think so. Yes, we are. Yep. That's the plan.
Sounds good.
All
See,
right.
Corwin agrees.
Drink to that.
As long as corn hangs around.
I don't know. Nothing else. Maybe it'll catch him.
Oh.
I'm gonna say my job here is done. You bit the hook.
Hook, line, sinker.
That's right.
Now
What
we can go
the-
beyond. Now we can go beyond the 10 towns.
All right.
After we take him over.
Then yes, and install yourselves as the.
Uh-huh. So would this be a good pausing point?
That's perfectly fine. I mean, unless you want to head out.
I'm ready if y'all are.
I'm good stopping here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Yeah.
point.
So it looks like you guys have reached the edge of the 10 towns and decided to take your first steps outside.
Oh, God.
Just remember, it's colder, it's barrener.
But we might want to stock up in the morning, just to make sure.
You might want to go to the 7-Eleven, yes.
Yes.
Or use your new friend to get things.
When I wake up in the
Ooh,
morning.
now
Yelp
that
is
I've seen
gone.
the speaker requisitions act speaks for these people. The speaker does. Put it on the speaker's tab.
Nice.
Speaker has his own personal guard now, apparently.
So, and this
They require
also
payment.
yeah, this
So
also
it's-
means that the people who have been getting off off the list, all that seems to be tied to the Zentarum now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The interesting
All coming
question,
together.
the interesting question will be ultimately someday is how Sethic tied into the Zentarum.
Someday.
Yep, someday. Not
Well,
today.
he made sense to tie in. His compadre really didn't.
His compadre. Yeah, very unlikely. Was
Yeah.
a member. All right.
All right then. Thanks
Cool.
for running,
Thank you,
Martin.
Martin.
You're welcome.
Been
Until
fun.
next week. Yep, we will
Have a Merry
continue.
Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And a happy new year.
Maybe we'll have a Christmas one shot next week. Who knows?
That's up to you guys. Let me rephrase that. That's up to
It's up
Aaron.
to you.
It's up to Aaron.
Aaron's like, what? I don't think so.
I'll
Don't-
be in
Don't
Chicago.
just spring this on me.
You got a
Well,
week.
You got
Time's a
almost a
ticking.
week.
Yeah, you got a week.
I've got,
You got a week. You're all first level, and it's all original 5e.
already
So
got a character built for it too.
We're all halflings, right?
Mm.
yes, and everybody's really tall,
Or
giant like.
gnomes. Or no,
Level,
we're all.
level 20 one shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're all
I
gonna
won't
be
know
one
what
shot.
to do. How many spells do we got?
Single class characters though.
Single class. So one class in every class.
No
Got it.
multi-class. No multi-class. All right.
Wow.
All
Well,
righty.
thanks everybody for
Have a good
joining.
night.
Have a good night. We'll talk to you all later.
Yep.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Oh.